I want this to be public. Save. Okay. Are we live? Okay. I think I have this. I think I figured it out. I'm very excited. I think I figured this out. Okay. Sounds good to me. I think I actually have it. Okay. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how to do this. Hey, it looks like it's theoretically working. Okay. I don't know how to do any of this. This is so confusing to me. Okay. There we go. It looks like somebody's watching. Why? Okay, good. We're good. We're good. I think we're good. What am I doing? I can't see the chat. Okay, there we go. Now I can see the chat. Perfect. Okay. Let's also... copy that. Go to Twitter. Sorry, this is the most riveting thing ever, isn't it? Sorry, I'm responding to Kay. Kay, if you're the one watching. Okay. Okay. Where is it? There we go. Okay, who's watching? Is anybody here? It says there's somebody here. Is it behind? Is that what's happening? Oh, weird. Because this one's not. Okay, that's right. I just gotta get used to that. Okay, that's fine. All right. I'm gonna start in a little bit. I was gonna start like editing at 6:30, but that does not seem to be happening. Sorry, I have to itch my nose right here, and it's gonna look like I'm picking it, but I'm not. It is a little behind. Okay, that's weird. I wish I could see the chat in here. Oh, hey. Oh, it is you. Hi, Kay. Okay. This one is a lot. This one is a lot more. I don't know if this is actually like scientifically going to be more accurate, but it feels like it. So I have some water and I have some wine. I shouldn't be drinking wine because I'm sick, but I'm a grown woman. I can do what I want. And I shouldn't be drinking out of a plastic bottle, but I've been sick, so I've not been able to go and get my normal jugs filled up. Okay. Do you like my editing thing right here? Do you like what I got set up? It's all ready. Did they change what? Healthy and healthy-ish? What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis? Oh, healthy and healthy-ish. Water is healthy and wine is healthy-ish. No, wine's not healthy at all. Wine's super not healthy for you. Wine's terrible for you. Well, that's not true. Red wine is actually pretty good for you in the sense that it foggy cold brain. Thins your blood. There we go. So it's helpful if you have high blood pressure. But the alcohol in it is bad for you because that just turns right to carbohydrates, which turns right into sugar if you don't work out. And I will not be working out tonight. I might do a little bit, but a little bit of cardio stuff. But since I only went to one workout this week because I've been sick. So it's fun. Very smooth. Actually, this is really good wine. I may have to take a break from this and go and grab some more eventually. What? There is goop all over my desk. Goop all over my desk. Sweat out the sniffles. Actually, that on Thursday when I was trying to debate whether or not I was going to go, because I went Tuesday, but Tuesday is when I first started feeling sick. And then by the time Thursday, I was like full on sick. Like full on sick. And then I was debating with my coworker who sits right in front of me, my friend from work, if I should even go to my workout. And he's like, well, it kind of depends. He's like, because sometimes you can like sweat out the congestion. And I was like, that's true. But by the time I got there, I was like, there's absolutely no way I could work out, because I would just would have turned into a coughing fit. And then yesterday was so then when Cobalt died on Friday night, and Saturday turned into Mom and I needing to bring her into the vet to get her cremated, and my vet closes at noon. And so the timing wasn't great. Plus I still wasn't feeling well. So I opted to cancel out on going to my workout then too, which I think is really funny because they must, as I grab my phone, they must like know something. Maybe not. Oh, you know what? That was a different text. That was a completely different text. Okay, never mind. My cold brain. Coughing fits work out your abs. No. I mean, maybe. But, yeah, so, because I remember getting a text randomly yesterday saying that I was overdue, and I was like, oh, how did they know that I didn't go? I texted them and I said I wasn't coming. So they would have taken me off the schedule, but because you have to scan to get in, and so I'm assuming, like, never mind. But it was a completely different text. It was actually from the place I got my glasses from, saying, "Hey, you should come in for your eye exam." And I'm like, "You've never checked my eyes before. I literally just went there to get glasses from you. Don't make it weird." Anyway, I'm hoping more people will show up. It looks like it's just Kay. I don't know. Let me look at the. Oh, let's not do that. Oh, there's 2 viewers now. Who else is here? Make yourself known, friend. Now I'm just going to quickly check Twitter. Okay. Anyway. At some point here I'll start. Maybe at 7 we'll start actually editing. We'll just sit here and drink for a little bit. You've never seen your eyes but come back? Yeah, you've never seen my eyes. Like, because luckily my prescription at the time was still valid. It's not anymore, I don't think. I think it did go expired. But my prescription was still valid, which was great news because I didn't have to worry about going in for an eye exam as well. But now I actually pay for my own eye insurance now until I get converted at my job. Once I get converted at my job, then I'll have regular health insurance again. The health insurance I'm on is awful. I hate it. Which is why I'm buying my own eye insurance right now, my own vision insurance, because it was that or dental, and I was like, you know what? I want prescription sunglasses. So I'm going to get prescription sunglasses with my current plan. And then when I switch, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get more I'm going to get another pair of regular glasses just in case these die on me. I've always wanted a pair of prescription sunglasses. I do want to get LASIK though. Yay, insurance. I don't talk enough about that. I'm such an adult. I'm so annoying. I talk about insurance and how excited I am about getting a new mattress. I mean, I'm not getting a new mattress, but when I got this mattress, I got super excited because I realized how much of an adult I am because I was way too excited about getting a new mattress. We've been just sitting here for like 10 minutes. fun story. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna cough again. See, I should have just canceled this whole plan because I still feel awful. And you can ignore that mess behind me. I need to get rid of that. That's all. Well, one of those things is Nova's toy, but that whole pile over there is all stuff that I'm either gonna give away or see if I can get anything from it from Half Price Books, but some of it probably can't. Don't get me started on how much I want them, Kay. I wish I could have had them like at Disney World. That would have been so nice. It was really sunny a couple of days. It was actually really cloudy most of the days. It's just a chatting stream. No, I'm gonna edit. What's funny is that this when I filmed this yesterday, I was kind of in a weird mood because obviously, like, I'm not feeling well, and it was less than 24 hours since Cobalt died. Probably what did I film this? Well, definitely more than at least 12 hours since Cobalt had passed away, but because I just filmed this yesterday. So, Dylan, hi. Oh, that was really loud. I'm like not even close to my microphone, and that just peaked my microphone. Fun fact. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so I was in a weird mood when I filmed this, and there were a couple times, and you'll see it when we actually start editing. There were a couple of times in there I'm like, and this is the one I'm going to edit live. Great, love this, love it for me. Anyway, yeah, okay. So Dylan, I've kind of decided that I'll start actually editing at 7. Yeah, I had to look at the time again. There's 4 viewers now. So there are 2 people who are not Dylan and Kay. Who are you? And what do you do? Tell me everything about yourselves. What was it back when chats were first a thing? ASL. Hello everyone, ASL. 33. Cisgender female. Minnesota. The Twin Cities, to get specific. Oh man, Blog TV. I do remember Blog TV. Blog TV was when I stopped. Blog TV was the one that I was streaming on when I was attacked and decided to never stream again. And here I am on my second stream. It's called growth, people. It's called growth. That and the Power Ranger community is so much nicer than the anime community. But I do remember Blog TV. I miss Blog TV. ASL, no. Well, I already know your age. I already know your sex, and I already know your location, so. And I won't give anything away. If anybody wants to send Kay a letter, here's her exact address. We back? Are we back? Are we back? It looks like we're back. I am absolutely seeing the bars now. Yeah, I fixed it. I had to turn my microphone off and turn it back on again. R.I.P. Mike. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, well that's good to know. Is my Blue Yeti deciding to die on me? That's not good. I can't afford to upgrade yet. Yay! And we're back. I have a feeling that you guys are seeing the YouTube version, the one that freaks me out. Cause like it's so far behind. All right, well I can't. Oh my gosh, I can't look at that. I can't look at that screen. I can't look at it. Okay, I'm almost out of my wine. This is not good. But you also have a Blue Yeti. That does not solve my problem. Yeah, I need to upgrade. Well, especially since I'm going to start doing a lot more voiceover work now. Hopefully, I need more wine. I should have brought the box down. Yes, I drink wine boxes, okay? They're called juice boxes and they're great. Your 3DS needs charge. I don't even know where my DSs are. I mean, my niece may have taken one of them. I only literally play Pokemon on them. Oh, I have to blow my nose. I use toilet paper. Your Yeti isn't dying totally solves your problem. Okay. I didn't blow it. I just cleaned it up a little bit. Hi, I have a cold. It's nice to meet you. Okay. We have 3 now. Only 3. Okay. Well, we lost somebody. Juice boxes are the best, therefore wine boxes must be good. Wine boxes are good. Well, okay. Like, if you're really gonna get, like, hoity-toity about it, no. Wine boxes are not good, because they're not being served properly. Excuse me. But they're cheaper. So, that's where that's at. I saw more goop on my desk. See? More goop. Where'd I put the... Whoa. Where'd I put the other stuff? I don't know where I put it. Because I'm famous. Wait, what? I tweeted that you are live. Hopefully we'll get more people because I'm famous. Well, thanks. You tweeted that I'm live editing a Power Ranger video. So I was supposed to be taking a break from watching Power Rangers aside from watching Beast Morphers to do these videos. And then I rewatched RPM, and now apparently I'm rewatching Mystic Force again. I need help! Well, Dylan's the queen of YouTube. How you have not gone completely viral yet, Dylan, is beyond me. I need more wine. This is a problem. Cosmo. 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 Can you bring me more wine? Can you go get me more wine? Take this glass, bring it to Grandma. No? You don't... He keeps pushing away from it because he doesn't like the smell of wine, and so he's thinking I'm trying to get him to smell it. All right, Dylan, entertain people in the chat while I go get more wine. And we're back. Cosmo is not a wine snob. And I brought the box. Just so we don't run into this problem again. Okay. My Disney World mug. This is one from 2017. Did not buy that one this time. You can tell I missed 2 of my workouts this week. Okay. It is... we doing okay there, Logic Camera? Who's your favorite male celebrity? Does Justin Baldoni count? Is he technically a celebrity? Oh my God, he's so pretty. Mark Hamill. I am not entertained. I love that. Stares at Dylan. So, men. I am not entertained. Am I right? Claps. Ugh, men. So right. Who's your favorite male celebrity? Yeah, Justin Baldoni, unless he doesn't count. If it has to be like a legitimate celebrity, like, what even constitutes a celebrity? Who's Justin Sabroni? You mean Justin Baldoni? Oh, he played Raphael in Jane the Virgin. But okay. So if they're in something, they're a celebrity. Does that make me a celebrity because I have been in things? Justin Pepperoni. Baldoni. Here, let's go to the actual YouTube page and then I can like type it in, even though I know Dylan's just being a pain. Baldoni. Hey, mine's highlighted because I'm special. Hey, we have 4 viewers again. Hello, 4th viewer. Who are you? Like I've been asking people in this chat, even though nobody has answered. ASL. Because I'm a 90s kid. Which is why I'm editing a Power Rangers video. Hi. What do you want from me? Where's my cat? Nova. I haven't seen my cat in a hot second. Where's my cat? Oh, she's just up on top of the fridge. Oh, okay. That's where my cat is. I can't look at that screen. I'm giving you crap. We're gonna be jokesters. I want to be highlighted. Hey, Mr. Viewer. ASL. American Sign Language? Yes! American Sign Language. Which is something I think that everybody needs to learn. I think that instead of having it be a foreign language, it just should be everybody should know ASL from a young age. All right. We're close enough. It's 10 minutes out from 7 o'clock. Well, let's start editing. So I learned how to edit from just doing YouTube forever. I started doing YouTube technically, like videos like this, like talking head videos. I started doing them in 2008 on a channel that I will never share the name of because it's so embarrassing. Though there are things I wish I remembered the login for it. I actually asked the friend that I did it with, and he doesn't remember the login either. But I wish I could remember the login of it because there are videos of the kids when they were little, like Kinsey and Eden, my twin nieces that are 15 now, when they were little, and I privated them because my sister was not thrilled with them being on YouTube. So she doesn't seem to care now, which is why they've been in my videos a little bit, like my Disney videos that are coming out, and why Graham has his own show on my channel called Graham Cam. That started at Disney. That actually just kind of started out as a thing where Graham was like, "Can I record something with your camera?" And I said, "Sure." And that turned into him doing Graham Cam. And now whenever he's over, he wants to do Graham Cam. So he's not come over to the house since Disney yet. We've seen them, but we've just been there them here. So, we'll see. But there may be more gram cam coming. Anyway, but there are videos of the kids when they were young on that channel, and there are videos of Cosmo when he was little. But the only reason that those are private is because those tended to be the ones that were also with the kids. So I really want to figure out how to get logged into that channel. And I've asked YouTube about it, and they've never responded. So I'm like, oh, because they don't believe that I'm part of that channel. Because I was a lot younger and a lot thinner. And I was blonde for part of it. Anyway. Oh, just saw, Dylan, your comment about ASL, that you need to learn it. Yeah, I learned it when I was young. I learned ASL when I was young. Because we had a, can't remember if he was hard of hearing or if he was fully deaf, but we had a kid in first grade that couldn't hear, or at least hear very well. And so we all had to learn ASL so that we could communicate with him. And I used to stay on top of it, but then when he transferred out, there was no reason for me to continue using ASL. Until now, where I have a friend whose parents are deaf, and she is completely fluent in ASL because of that. So now I could be using it, but I don't remember enough. I remember bits and pieces. Like I remember yes, I remember no, thank you. I remember some things. I can still do the alphabet. YouTube is also just bad. Why? What did YouTube do? What did YouTube ever do to you? Okay. So let's start editing. So anyway, so I started editing in 2000, or I didn't really edit much in 2008. I learned like how to do intros. I could edit myself out of, like I could edit out myself turning on and off the camera. And every once in a while I would do like a really weird random edit. But it wasn't until I started doing my videos every day in 2010 when I started really editing. The really old videos on my channel where I'm in my old apartment. That's true. What hasn't YouTube done to us? Oh yeah, I'll figure it out eventually. The problem is I don't remember the email that it was attached to, because back then you signed into YouTube with a username. So that's my biggest issue. So I just need to figure out what that email was, because I'm pretty sure I remember the password. Because it was a password that he created, and it was a password about something we both enjoyed. So I can pretty much guarantee that I remember the password. I just need to remember the email. Anyway. So, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, that's right. So, the really old videos on my channel when I was in my second apartment, because my first apartment was the only time you would have seen that is if you found that channel and you found like the really old videos on that channel. That's the only time you'd see my first apartment. My second apartment, when I was living in St. Cloud, that one looks edited, but it's not really, because what it was the camera I had at the time was this red digital camera, and it didn't like shooting videos, so I had to like turn it off and turn it on a lot. Otherwise it would glitch out, and then I'd lose everything. So I would just do a little bit, turn it off, try again, do a little bit, turn it off, do it again, turn it off. That was Cosmo. So I would do that. So those looked edited, but they weren't. They were literally just me not trying to lose everything I was talking about. Wasn't until I started vlogging every day in 2010 on my dad's webcam that I started like actually like learning how to edit. So I've been editing, I guess, for 10 years, technically. So, and I've learned a lot. I have matured as an editor. I'm definitely still somebody who has to edit myself because I lose my train of thought a lot. I trip over my words. I have a slight stutter. And so with losing my train of thought really easily, with a slight stutter, I am somebody who has to edit myself. So that's why you'll notice I have a lot of jump cuts in my videos, because and not like jump cuts like I used to do, which was like 1 minute I'm right here, next minute I'm like right up next to the camera, and then I'm over here, and then I'm over here, and then I'm back here again. I used to do that back when I really scripted my videos, like word for word scripted my videos. Like these videos, this video, you'll notice I step off to the side a lot, and that's because I do script these videos kind of. I give myself talking points. Like I take notes during the episode, and then if I forget where I'm at, I'll go back and take a look at it. But I don't script word for word anymore. I just give myself kind of a timeline to talk about things, and like, you know, how you actually do scripts. But yeah, jump cuts were a lot of fun. But like, I still have really random cuts in these videos, and mostly just because of the fact that I edit myself, and I'll take the best version of what I say and then put that in the video. So that is essentially what I do when I edit. And so that's why you'll notice that a lot. And so you'll see how much I hate editing myself, because I hate, one thing that I just really, really hate is the fact that I don't ever think about editing, really. Like, I am thinking about editing when I'm filming. I'm thinking about editing, which is why a lot of times I have really good like zooms, is because I'm like, oh, this would be a good place for a zoom. So I stare at the camera blankly for me to do that zoom. So I do think about editing as I film, but the one thing I don't do is when if I screw up and I go back, I don't go back. Either I go back, not like I don't give myself enough of a break, so then it turns into a really difficult edit for me. Like, it turns into like, I have to like go frame by frame to make sure that I don't start that next sentence, so that I can start the one that I don't screw up in. So I hate editing myself because I don't think about those kinds of things a lot. Yeah, I'm better on the fly too. Like, if I script a video, I don't find it as good. I really liked my scripted videos back in the day. But you can almost tell that they were scripted back then. So like I said, I just give myself talking points at this point. Pretty much every video that I do, I have talking points. Matter of fact, I need to order these out, but these are all notes that I have for future videos. So there's actually more. I just didn't grab them all. So I give myself talking points just so that I make sure that I hit every point. But these reviews, since reviews to me, because obviously, like I studied film history, film criticism in college. So the way that we were set up for reviews, the way reviews are set up for like critics, like film critics, is that you give an overview, and it's okay if the overview has a little bit of your opinion in it. Like, it's not like you're being a journalist or anything where you can't have an opinion. You give an overview of what you're talking about, and then you talk about your opinion about that thing. So you say, this is what it's about. This is why it's good. This is why it's bad. That's how film reviews are supposed to be done. It's not how they're done much anymore, but that's the official standard. So that's why these videos are set up the way they are, is for that reason. So I do it that way. You didn't know any of my videos are scripted? Oh my goodness. I used to script my videos. Actually, I think I might still have some of the scripts of like videos that I never actually did. Yeah, I used to edit. And what's funny is I would have them done in paragraphs. So I would have this paragraph, and I'd have a new paragraph, and then a new paragraph, and each paragraph was supposed to be a new angle. So basically in the videos where I would do I was right here, then I was right here, then I was right here, then I was right here, those videos were all scripted. Guaranteed. They were all scripted. Word for word, scripted. Sometimes I'd change some stuff on the fly, but for the most part, they were all scripted. 100%. Fun fact. Yeah, and I like the just talking these days. I think the scripted stuff was good in the time. Because I think at the time, that was how YouTube worked. But now I feel like YouTube has altered. Like, the people who watch YouTube are watching different things. Like, they're watching mukbangs. They're watching story times. They're watching things where you're just sitting down and talking. And so I think that's really kind of where my headspace is at now, which is why I like giving myself bullet points, so I know what I'm talking about and I don't miss anything important, especially since the majority of my channel now, even though I hate doing reviews, I don't know why I do them. I don't enjoy doing them. Like, I do enjoy doing them. Maybe it was because I wasn't enjoying doing anime reviews because I don't watch popular anime, and not for the fact that I just don't enjoy popular anime. I mean, that just happens to be the case, but it's not like I don't seek out. I always try popular anime. Like, I recently watched My Hero Academia, and I'm not into it. I can't continue it. Like, I just don't like generic shonen. And that seems to be the most popular thing these days. Ever. You need to do Midnight Mumble every single day, Kay. I'm sorry, I just noticed the chat. If you said that a while ago, I'm sorry. Hi. What can I do for you? I suppose I haven't fed you yet, have I? Shoot. I forgot to feed my dog. You prefer doing chats and vlogs now? Reviews stress me out. Nobody watches them anymore. Yeah, I mean, like, the episode reviews are fine, which is why I do episode reviews, but I don't do, like... And I'm going to talk about, like, I do rants out of love for Power Ranger things I don't like the 20th anniversary or, like, Turbo, and I've got one coming out eventually. And it's not really a rant out of love, because there are a lot of good things about Lightspeed Rescue. But I do want to kind of talk about what I don't like about Lightspeed Rescue and why I don't understand why it's such a popular season. Just throwing that out there. But that's what's beautiful about the Power Ranger community, is that we're allowed to have those differing opinions and nobody, like, faults you for it. But yeah, these episode reviews are good because it's something that I enjoy doing, because I enjoy talking about stuff from a critical standpoint. Maybe that's why I'm enjoying doing Power Ranger one so much, is because looking at it as a film critic and basically just hating on Judd Lynn. I don't know what I'm going to do next season when Judd Lynn isn't involved. Okay, I need to feed my dog. I'll be right back. Okay, where's your wobbler? Find your wobbler? Where's your wobbler? Find it. Thank you. You're already sitting there waiting. Hello. Oh, nothing for you to steal. Poor kitty. You can't steal any of the puppy's food. You can't steal any of the puppy's food. Oh no, poor kitty. Alright, there's your puppy. You act like I never feed you. Here. Food for kitty. Okay. Alright, let's actually edit now, shall we? Oh, yeah. I was like, you know I film on my phone. And then I realized, oh, I don't film all my videos on my phone. This was not filmed on my phone. This is not being filmed on my phone. My phone's right here. My vlogs are filmed on my phone. Except for my Disney videos. Some of the clips are on my phone. Some of them are not. Anyway, I love how you blame everything on you being gay. It's my favorite thing about you, Dylan. Okay, so let's actually start editing. Yay! Yeah. Back when I first got back into doing YouTube, back when we first started the 5 Awesome Geeks, I was filming on my iPad. Fun fact. I was filming completely and editing on my iPad. So, see, I don't have a pop socket and I have no problem filming on my phone, but I also have just really big hands. So I just am like this. And I have really big hands. I have really big hands for a girl, for a female, for somebody with a working uterus. Actually, I turned that off, but nobody needs to know about that. Okay. Oh man, 5 awesome geeks. That was really fun for a little while, and then we just all got too busy for it. Okay. I don't really do color correction either. Only just because I have such good lighting. Generally, the back for some reason has been really poorly lit lately, and I don't know what's going on because I've not really changed anything. But I need a better fill light. What I use as a fill light is not actually a fill light even in the slightest. So I need a better fill light, which will help with that. But the background has been really dark lately, but that's okay because that's not really the focus, I guess. The focus is me. And the video is about me. Anyway. But yeah, I never do color correction. It's very rare if I ever do fill. That's how many I need. Did you hear that? That's what I do when I have my stutter. I make up for it by sounding like I just can't talk. Okay, we have 5 viewers. Hi, 5 viewers. Okay, so the whole point of this video, the whole point of this live stream. Hi, now you have to go outside, don't you? We're never gonna edit. Come on. Get a dog, they said. Be fun, they said. Actually, nobody said that. Everybody told me not to get a dog. Anyway, fun fact. My mother was the only person that was very into me getting a dog. Everybody else in my life was like, that's a mistake. Don't do it. Not that he's ever been a mistake. Never once. I love my dog. Anyway. I'm using one of them right now. Just because it's... Oh, shoot. The broken one is the one I'm using, too. That's great. Stop being broken. Ow. Oh, I need to call myself. I probably should get my tetanus updated now that I think about it. Shoot. It's okay. I have gotten worse scratches. I have definitely gotten worse scratches from rustier things. And I haven't gotten tetanus yet, so. Unless that's what this is! Anyway. Anyway, so yeah, let's edit. My dog's gonna start, I mean, he's already barking, but I think he's barking at the neighbors to try and let his friend out. Oh, Dylan. Okay, let's edit. Nova. 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 No. Nova. 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 No. No. Literally how I start every video. Just stop, Nova. Just stop. Get a cat, they said. I forgot how difficult kittens are. We haven't had a kitten since Cobalt, who just passed away at the age of 15 on Friday. So, have not had a kitten since then. Oof, it's been a while. Okay, we back? We good. Okay. My mouse is moving again. Okay. Nova. And I aggravatedly have to go get her off of my desk. Why would you do that? Stay off of my desk. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Crap. Uh-oh. I don't know how to fix that. Don't know how to fix that. Crap. Didn't think of that. Oh, no. Okay, how about I mute my microphone? Tell me if this is better if I mute my microphone. Ready, and... Yes, please. You know better. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and I know, but for some reason... My dog's staring at me from the window. It's literally right next to my speakers, though. Usually my Blue Yeti turns off my normal speakers, and then I forget about that. Oh, you know what I could do? Oh, I know exactly what I could do. Dude, I forgot that I actually have this option on my speakers. And yes, I am a noob. This is literally my second live stream in, like, years. Okay, that should actually... Shoot, my dog needs in. Hold on. That was an end bark. Is that an inside bark? I want to come inside with the cat. There she is. Hurry up. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, that's fine, because I figured out that I forgot that I actually can plug earbuds into my speakers. Hi, I know nothing about technology. I'm basically a boomer. Okay. Okay, where are we at? Oh. Yeah, it'll look like shit. That's fine. Okay, is that how I'm starting my video? We'll see. You can really hear Nodley's tank. It's not even that, like, low. I'm gonna keep... I might keep the yelling at Nova stuff. And have that be my end card. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, it'll look like shit. That's fine. I feel like shit, so. Alright. Well, I feel like shit. So. Alright. I hate that sound that I make. And there's reasons behind it, but I'm not going to talk about that publicly. Just know that I hate when I do. I hate it. Okay. I'm sorry. I have... So... I'm drinking my Thermaflu. So if this... Start that again. Is that working? Is that better? Hi. So... Oh, my dog wants to go upstairs. So if this... Start that again. Hi. Thanks, self. So if this video seems a little off, it's because it is. My makeup looks like crap. I wish this was tea, but it's actually Theraflu. Theraflu? Thermaflu. And my Disney mug from the last time we went to Disney World in 2017. I have a cold, and I am very sad because my mom's cat passed away last night at home. We did not put her down. We were doing everything we could to save her, and unfortunately she passed away. As I start to tear up. Why am I keeping this in here? She passed away, and I'm the one who found her because I was giving her the medicine, and I went to go give her nightly medicine, and she was... So, since I've not talked about this, like, with anybody, so yeah, I'm the one that found her. So, if you guys remember back, Monday night, I think, I did a live Twitter video about my parents' cat being sick, and she was inside of a tent that my mother set up in the living room. So that's where she was, because the thing was she was hiding. She has been underneath my parents' bed since we got back from Disney. We knew she was sick before going to Disney, but we weren't sure what was going on. She was having a lot of similar symptoms to what Corvette had, and Corvette had asthma. She also had kidney failure, which is what killed her in the end, but the asthma wasn't what killed her. But she had very similar symptoms to the asthma that Corvette had had. So we thought it was just feline asthma, which there's really nothing you can do aside from getting medication if the asthma attacks get to be really bad. And so we were just monitoring it, what we thought was asthma. Turned out to be worse than that. We don't know officially what she died from at this point. When we brought her in on Monday, assuming we were going to put her down. And the vet was like, there's really no reason. You know, she's still at a good weight. She's not dehydrated. Her temperature is good and stuff like that. It was just her breathing was weird. And at this point, her breathing had been a lot weirder than Corvette's was. And Corvette never wheezed, and now she was starting to like wheeze. Like you could tell that there was something wrong with her breathing. And like all the time. And So when we got back from Disney World is when this started happening. She was hiding, and we thought that it was just behavioral because I had a friend here staying and watching the house. She slept here. She was mostly hung out down here in my unit with Cosmo and Nova, but she would go upstairs every once in a while and take care of some things up there. Like she did the dishes up there because it's not easy to do dishes in my unit. Plus, like everything is stored up there because I don't have great storage in my kitchen right now for plates and stuff. And so we thought it was just behavioral. We thought she was not thrilled about just being with a stranger for so long. And then all of a sudden we were back. We thought she was just angry with us. And then now it's been so long. Because we got back from Disney World a month ago yesterday. And so we finally decided to bring her into the vet. My mom and I were pretty convinced we were going to be putting her down because she just wasn't eating much anymore. She was living underneath the bed. She was pooping and peeing underneath the bed, my parents' bed. And so we were like, she's probably at the end. And so when we brought her into the vet was like, no, she's still at a good weight. She's not dehydrated. She's fine, aside from this breathing. And so she goes, so it could be a few things. My guess it's probably an upper respiratory infection. So we got Clavamox, which is basically pet penicillin. And that's the medicine that I was giving her. And so then to make sure she didn't go underneath the bed again, my mom set up the tent in the living room with all of the windows and stuff open so that she couldn't get out, but there was enough airflow going on in there. My dog really wants to go hang out upstairs with my parents. And I was giving that to her twice a day. And Friday morning, she actually sounded really good. It sounded like she was getting better. And I was really looking forward to the fact that she was maybe getting better. She was maybe going to be able to come out of the tent soon and, everything was going to go back to normal. She was going to hate me a lot because I'm the one that's shooting medicine into her mouth. But at the same time, she'll get over that. Cosmo, that is enough. And so we had dinner Friday night. My mom and I were ready to come down here. So on Friday nights, my mom and I come down to my unit and we watch either a season of Power Rangers or we watch whatever shows we're watching on television. Like we watch Superstore together, we watch Mom together, and we watch The Good Place together. My mom has not finished The Good Place yet. And we were about ready to go downstairs and start our night, which ended up never actually happening. Obvious reasons. And I went to go give the medicine. I was shaking the medicine, filled it up. I was walking to the tent, and I opened up the tent door, and she was just sprawled out. And I saw her mouth was slightly open. And I immediately stood up and said, Mom. And my mom came over and verified that she was gone. And so, yeah. So basically, Friday night was one of the worst nights of my week. Or was the worst night of my week. One of the worst nights I've had in a while. Basically, since the night I decided to put Corvette down back in June. So, yeah, I'm the one that found her. It was not fun. My mom was both sad and happy that I was the one that found her. Because obviously, she didn't want to discover that Cobalt was dead. So she was happy that I'm the one that found her. But also sad because I shouldn't have had to be the one to find her. But yeah, so that's the story about Friday night. We gave her nightly medicine and she was gone, so I'm a little sad. My mom and I brought her into the vet. So that's another thing that I do a lot is I'm like, I'll probably stop it right there. Nope. Today to be cremated, so she'll be back with us soon, about a week. But yeah, so if I seem a little off, it's because I am sick and I can't breathe, and a cat that I've had since I was 18 passed away, so. Oh my god, Theraflu is terrible. Okay. Alright, that's probably long enough. I've gone a minute without putting in my intro. Hey, it's like an episode of Beast Morphers. I hate when they put the intro in. Actually, this week the intro was actually in a good spot. I didn't even mention that. That's fine. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. What is that? Can I get rid of that? Yes, I can. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Stop. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Britt, and if you haven't it's my stutter. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Britt, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you probably should, because I talk about geeky things. And it's Monday, so we're gonna talk
My God, I'm so
about
awkward.
geeky things. And so if any of you guys use Sony, I don't know how you guys are with Sony, but I use the key commands with Sony. So S is for splitting the scene. D changes. If you guys don't know enough about how Sony Movie Studio works, D changes the type of cursor that you have. So like if I want to grab a bunch of clips, I press it twice and then I can click a bunch of clips. Oops. Oh, I hate when I do that. Crap. That's the one I hate using. I'm going to just get rid of this one. Why is that there? I hate it so much. That's the 1D option that I never use. Okay, I'm good. But yeah, I use the key commands. I talk about geeky things. It's Monday, so we're going to talk about Power Rangers Beast Morphers. So yeah, this one was the 3rd episode of season 2 called Game. Why am I so terrible at what I do? It's because I rely on my editing. It's Monday, so we're going to talk about Power Rangers Beast Morphers. So yeah, this one was the 3rd episode. Where was that? So yeah, this one. Okay, right here. Ish. Beast Morphers. This one was the 3rd episode of season 2. Close enough. Called Game On, and had a Dino Charge actor in it. And Game On, and I sound so congested. And it was actually a pretty good episode, and we'll kind of talk about it as time. This is videos. I hate editing myself. That is a very normal thing I do is just take a minute. And it was actually a pretty good episode, and we'll kind of talk. And we'll pretty good episode, and okay, where does this one end? Pretty good episode. Right there. And we'll kind of talk about it as time. This is videos. That's what this whole dang video is about. Okay? Just throwing that out there. Okay. Okay. Actually a pretty good episode. As always, if you guys want to skip the full episode recap, you can do that by hitting this time code right here. This will bring you to just my thoughts on, which obviously we will do later because I don't know where that's going to end yet. On the episode itself, if you guys are not interested in how I tell the story of the episode, which also kind of gives you an idea of how I feel about it as well, because I kind of intermittently throw opinions in there, so. Throw opinions in there, so. But it's gonna be a long one with the video, with the timestamp. But yeah, so if you don't care about how I tell the story of the episode, hit that timestamp, and you guys will be brought to just my original thoughts about this episode. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, complain about Bed and Betty. Started. Okay. I hate that. So, and this is the video that I choose to edit live. Hey, let's keep that one. So, but we're not going to keep it in there. We're just going to put it at the end, like I said before. So, And this is the video that I choose to edit live. It's fine.
No, it's not. But, you know, it is what it is.
It's just me being me. That's what I do pretty much every...
Oh, wait, this is important because this is true.
It's just me being me. That's what I do pretty much every video that I edit. Okay. So...
Yeah. I rely too heavily on the fact that I edit so much.
Started. So this episode opens up with the Rangers at the Riptide Gym, in which case they... nope. This...
Bye.
This episode opens up at the Riptide Gym, and the Rangers are all cheering on Devin as he is doing an esports championship, which I actually think, honestly, is kind of cool, because a lot of times whenever we would do championships, it would always be something actual sports versus esports. So I love the fact that they're throwing kind of a geeky thing into an episode. Anyway, I think it's really cool.
I mean, to be fair, it was a fighting game, but whatever.
So the championship begins, and Devin wishes luck.
That's something where I should have cut.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah, we can cut there.
It's really cool. So it's really cool. So the championship begins, and Devin...
And to be fair, Kay, this one does do that too a little bit for me because of the fact that I do walk off screen when I'm checking my notes. So a lot of times that's where most of my edits for these videos tend to come, is from when I'm looking at my notes.
Devin wishes luck to his competitor.
Bitchy competitor.
To his competitor.
I cut out all my ums. Or at least as many as I feasibly can.
And she's kind of a jerk and turns to him and says, "You're gonna need it." And so yeah, we have this bitchy competitor, which we actually don't learn the name of for a very long time.
Actually might have, I just don't remember when they actually announced her name.
And her name is Carrie, and I only started writing that in my notes like halfway through.
True story. Oops. I'm gonna edit this one kind of like I edit my wine story times.
Just throwing that out there. So Hasbro, I was about to say Saban.
I was about to say Saban. Can you hear that? Can you hear it?
Just throwing that out there. So Hasbro, I was about to say Saban. Fortunately, Hasbro's writing these episodes now. But, you know, Judlin's still in charge. So,
let's keep that one too, because that one's fun. Just because it's a dig it. Let's maybe keep them in order though. It's a dig at Judlin, and as you guys all know, I love digs at Judlin, so I love my Judlin digs.
and I only started writing that in my notes like halfway through. The game. The game itself is actually kind of cool, and I want it to be in real life. It is holograms, and they come to life, and they fight each other in like real world. And what's even really cool is during that competition, which Devin's dad is there, and dad is there.
We'll keep some of that laugh.
And the...
If you guys aren't caught up on Power Rangers Beast Morphers, you guys don't know why I'm putting quotations around Devin's dad. So, spoiler alert.
Is there. One of the holograms runs into the judge, and his dad looks at Nate and asks the hologram to ran into the judge how the holograms are not, like, physical things. And that's when Nate explains that they use hard light technology, which was stolen straight out of Red Dwarf. And the only reason I think I would have picked it up even if I wasn't rewatching Red Dwarf right now, but I am rewatching Red Dwarf right now. And Hard Light is not something I ever heard about until Red Dwarf, and I don't think hard light holograms are a real thing. Or like,
I mean, obviously they're not a real thing, but like, I guess what I meant was like a real thing in like I've only ever heard the term hard light hologram in Red Dwarf and now this. So someone's a Red Dwarf fan on that crew.
like a real concept. So they stole that right from Red Dwarf, and it's fine. I mean, I don't care. I mean, steal it. That's fine. It's a cool concept.
It's a cool concept.
I'm just saying, it stole it from Red Dwarf. Don't think that. I'm just saying, it stole it from Red Dwarf. Don't think that was a. Don't think that that was a creative choice. Anyway.
I think I meant original concept, but that's fine.
So. Anyway, so Devin's, dad kind of gets an interesting idea. Of course, we all know Devin's dad is not Devin's dad.
Spoilers!
Or he is Devin's dad.
I also remember I remember filming this enough to know where I need
It's
to
not Devin's dad. Or he is Devin's dad and just possessed. We're not 100%. I mean, he is. I don't know. We'll get to it at the end. Anyway. Robo Blaze and Robo Rock.
There we go. That was an interesting burp.
We'll get to it at the end. Robo Blaze and Robo Roxy show up. We're going to start that over because I was like out of the frame.
Was I?
Robo Blaze and Robo
wasn't.
Roxy show up. We're going to start that over because I was like out of the frame. Robo Rays.
Say Robo Blaze 10 times fast. I swear. I dare you to say Robo Blaze 10 times fast.
Robo Blaze and Robo Roxy.
Do I like this one better though?
Robo Blaze and Robo Roxy show up.
Okay.
Robo Blaze and Robo Roxy show up. And
ooh, I can use this one. Let's use this one
Robo
instead.
Blaze and Robo Roxy show up.
Oh, I can use that one.
Robo Roxy show up.
See, this is the man behind the curtain. Sometimes something that I say was said a long time ago when I wanted to originally thought, oh no, that one's not so good, and then let's try a different one, and then I don't like any of the other ones, and I figure out a way to use that first take after all.
Show up, and obviously we know that Devin's dad, when told them to attack, it's fine. Anyway, so Robo Blaze and Robo Roxy show up. Everybody runs out of the gym, and the Rangers obviously stay and morph and fight Robo Blaze and Robo Roxy.
Oh, I'm really burpy right now. Sorry.
Robo Blaze. Ooh, this is gonna be a tough season. Okay.
For a lot of reasons. Hold on. Kay keeps sending me Snapchats. You are in my freaking chat. Rude. Oh, one of which, okay, never mind. One of which is actually like video. So, I'll play that later. I'm gonna have fun watching your snaps later, looking at your snaps later, Kay.
Fight Robo Blaze and Robo Roxy. Robo Blaze and Robo Roxy run out, and they actually end up stealing Carrie's console, and they turn the console into a Robotron named Gamertron, I think it was called. Gamatron, something like that. Something similar to that. Anyway, Robo Blaze and Robo Roxy create the Robotron from the gaming console, and the Robotron is able to create hologram versions of the Power Rangers, of the original 3, of Devin, Roxy, no. Power Rangers, of the original 3 of...
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Power Rangers, of the original 3.
That's probably enough.
Devin.
To be fair, Roxy was supposed to be the Yellow Ranger.
And Roxy, no. Of Devin. The original of Devin.
Ooh, that's not good. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. See, sometimes I'll do it this way, so I go literally like, frame. I'm too far out. There. Whoa. Nope, still not good enough. This is sometimes how precise I have to get with how I do things. Still not quite. One more should do the trick. Oops. There we go.
Power Rangers of the original 3 of Devin, Ravi, and Zoe. So Devin, Ravi, and Zoe.
Fun fact, I actually brain farted on Zoe's name, which is why I said Ravi before I said Zoe. Because I brain farted on her name for a hot second. Because I could not get Roxy's name out of my head.
So Devin, Ravi, and Zoe are fighting their clones as Nate and Steel are fighting Robo Blaze and Robo Roxy. This is going to be a tough season with the Robo Blaze. Say that 10 times fast. Not even kidding. I am just going to start calling them just the Robos, okay? We're just going to say the Robos. And just assume that I'm talking about Blaze and Roxy, the Robo Blaze and Roxy, after I say Robos, okay? Okay. Robos, okay? Okay? Okay. Okay. Carrie is actually watching this fight and is the one who realizes that it is using the game, like it's using the actual technology from the game to create.
Oh shoot, I screwed this part up, I think.
Which kind of gives her an idea, which is revealed a little bit later in the episode.
Yeah, this is where I screw up. You want to see me screw up? Realize I screwed up?
No, let's do that differently. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was different than that, but it's not. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Carrie is actually watching this fight, and she's the one who kind of comes up with the idea that they are using the technology from the game. And since she knows the game, she specifically knows a glitch in the game or a bug in the game.
Spoiler for later in the episode.
In the game.
I think I cut a little too much out.
Or a bug in the game. She knows she kind of gets an idea of how to defeat them. The Rangers defeat them. The Rangers end up retreating to regroup because these clones are just too much for them to handle. And so they regroup and leave. And that is when we see the bitchy competitor, Carrie, get this idea.
That one I actually didn't have to look at my notes at.
Yeah. As they're regrouping, Devin gets a message or a phone call? A phone call. Devin gets a phone call.
Do I just start over? Yeah, I just started over. Okay. I was gonna say, I thought I did.
Yeah. While they are regrouping, Devin gets a phone call from the judge, and he goes to meet them. Carrie is already to meet them. To meet them. Carrie is already very upset over what is happening, and turns out because of the fact that her gaming console is gone and there was this attack, they're not going to do a rematch because she doesn't
editing magic.
A rematch because she doesn't have a console, so Devin's going to win by default.
So this is the standard of how I edit my wine story times 2 is I'll make sure I take a little bit of a drink and then I cut it.
There you go. Devin decides to be...
I didn't like that. So we'll just cut it all the way to there.
Devin decides to be nice to her, which is, you know, not something that I would probably plan on doing ever. Nova, hey, hey, no.
So we'll keep this one too. What was she doing?
Not something that I would probably...
Was this? No, this isn't one of the ones she was after my lights.
Plan on doing ever.
I remember.
Nova, hey, hey, no. You're such a pain. I love you, but you're a pain.
Where is she? Oh, she's right there on my bed. You can't see her. She's slightly out of frame. Okay.
All right. Close the door, which is just my light. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna get through this together. This is the video that I'm editing live. Where was I? I don't even remember where it was. Oh, that's right. Okay. Devin decides to be a nice guy, which honestly is probably the last thing I'd think about. I mean, I'm a nice person.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. We're gonna keep this one too. I'm gonna edit them further when we get there, but I'm gonna keep the ones I like.
Devin decides to be a nice guy, which honestly is probably the last thing I'd think about. I mean, I'm a nice person normally, but at the same time, like if somebody does me wrong, I do not want to do them right.
Nope, you do me wrong, you're on my bad side, and you don't want to be there.
I do not want to do them right. We're gonna move that light a little bit closer because Nova's going after it. Oh my goodness. Okay. So Devin ends up giving...
So she was probably on my desk for the one where I was like, now. She immediately then jumped onto my frog tank and started playing with my light.
We're gonna move that light a little bit closer because Nova's going after it. Oh my goodness. Okay. So Devin ends up...
Oh, itchy nose.
Them right. We're gonna move that light a little bit closer because Nova's going after it. So Devin ends up giving her one of his consoles because he happens to have another one. And she thinks that that's really nice of him because, you know, she ended up cheating, but we're going to get to that in just a second.
I hate that noise I make. Hate it. I need to stop making that noise.
This is when Ben and Betty make their first appearance in the episode, which I was really enjoying this episode until now.
Accurate statement. It's actually a pretty good episode.
Ben and Betty decide to be funny.
Hey, welcome back, Dylan.
Ben and Betty decide to be funny, and Betty Ben and Betty decide to be funny. Betty ends up falling in love with a hologram dancer because they turn on this dancing game, and
the hologram dancer was one of the Power Rangers from Dino Charge. I had food before with this. Okay.
dancer because they turn on this dancing game, and she ends up falling in love with this hologram dancer, which of course is a game sprite. So that's going to turn out well, and we'll talk more about that at the end.
Again, was one of the Power Rangers, dressed up very differently from Dino Charge. And he's also going to be in the dinosaur meetup that's happening with Jason. So he got to meet us in St. John. Actually, I think he already did. I don't know, they all do conventions. Actually, I don't know if he does conventions much. I don't know, man.
At the end, the Rangers are all back at the base, and Robbie's mother comes in and says, hey, there's this girl who wants to talk to the Rangers, so you guys are going to have to morph and go talk to her because she says she has some information to give you. And so they go, they're morphed, and Devin nearly loses his cool because it's the competitor from the game thing, from the gaming competition that is right there. And she's the one who kind of tells them how she basically cheated to win against Devin. So what I didn't mention was when they were fighting.
Jason Bugatti Pepperoni. I missed it. What's relatable, Dylan? Oh, you fall in love with so many 2D boys. But he was a hologram, a hard light hologram, so he was fully 3D. I fall in love with my fair share of 2D boys, too.
Didn't mention was when they were fighting before Blaze and Roxy showed up. Devin's sprite, showed up. Devin's hologram froze, and he couldn't figure out what was going on. He couldn't stop it, and she explained that if you hit the characters just in this particular way, the characters that you're fighting will freeze. And Devin realized that she cheated, and he kind of gives her a lecture on cheating and why that was so important. But this is what ends up humanizing this B-story villain, essentially, is the fact, and
film critic me.
B-story, A-story, I've talked about this before. There's the main story, and then there's the B-story, which is the other story that's being told throughout the course of the show. And Power Rangers generally does an A-story to B-story. The civilian story is the B-story. The morphed story is the A-story.
And they usually do intersect a little bit, like in this case, but next time y'all watch Power Rangers, pay attention to that A-story, B-story nonsense, man. There's always something else happening in that episode. The civilian Rangers have their story. The Morphed Rangers have their story. They're two separate stories. They usually crisscross. But
anyway, so she's the B-story villain.
And honestly, someday I hope shows up again. I liked her.
But he gives...
She's a bitch, but I liked her.
But...
Actor's a little melodramatic, but I can get over a little bit of melodrama.
But he gives her... But this is when we got... But this is...
Hate it. What's my raw like right now? Hey, look how far we've come, guys. Look how far we've come.
But this is when the B-story villain gets to be humanized, which is essentially that she is so desperate to win because her brother needs surgery. And of course, we get a sob story. And Devin feels bad because obviously he wants to win but he wants to win selfishly. He doesn't want to win for somebody else, essentially.
And I say this later in the video, both are valid. If you want to win selfishly, win selfishly. It's not bad to want to win something selfishly. I heard she and villain are there. She's not really a villain. Like, she is. Like, she's the villain of the episode for the civilian portion, but just because she was that bitchy villain at first. Or the bitchy competitor.
Somebody else, essentially. The Rangers go off to fight the Robotron and their clones. They end up being able to use the
I had to go to my chiropractor.
move to get the clones to freeze, and they're able to defeat the clones, and then right after that defeat the Robotron, which of course is when the Gigatron comes, as in all the episodes of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. So there you go. I mean, it's just the normal pattern of Power Rangers because it's the normal pattern of Super Sentai, so...
And what I think is really interesting, and I don't know much about this Sentai, but what's really interesting about this season of Power Rangers is the fact that it's not like the monsters grow like in every other season of Power Rangers, and even the Sentais, at least the ones that I've seen, the monsters are nearly defeated and then they grow. In this one, it's not necessarily that case. It's not necessarily that way. It's actually a completely different monster, which I think is kind of interesting about this season and really interesting about this Sentai that I'm very curious about, but it's going to be forever before we get to it. Because we don't even know when Abba Ranger's coming out. Man, want Abba Ranger.
And
I've been wanting to watch Abba Ranger for so long. And I'm really salty that we don't have a release for it yet.
And I usually don't write a ton of notes between here.
Why do I do that?
Here and there, because the fights they're fights. If something important happens, I write it down. But the Gigatron is destroyed, and there you go.
Okay, let's figure out where I need to edit there.
The fights they're fights. If something important happens, I write it down. But
right there.
But the Gigatron, but write it down. But the Gigatron is destroyed, and there you go. And there you go. And there you go. So we open into the last scene with Ben and Betty with Betty's love interest.
Also known as the Black Power Ranger from Dino Charge, right? The Black Power Ranger. I think it was. Yes, it was the Black Power Ranger. There were so many Power Rangers in Dino Charge, you guys. There were 10 of them. It was really hard to keep track of all of them and who was which one. I want someone to release Abba Ranger. I'm so salty, Dylan. You have no idea how salty I am. I have wanted to watch, even though something massive was spoiled for me by one of the actors from Power Rangers, as I was watching a Power Morphicon panel from the last Power Morphicon, and one of the actors from Dino Thunder, like, super spoiled Abba Ranger, because back then, I don't know much about now, but back then they actually had them watch the Sentai, if I wasn't mistaken. Disney made them actually, like, watch the Sentai. So they kind of knew what their characters were and who their characters were, even though they would switch it up. Like in Magi Ranger versus Mystic Force, Nick, the character of Nick, the Red Ranger, is not the character of the Red Magi Ranger. I think it's the Green Ranger that's more like Nick's character. But anyway, but they actually had them watch the Sentai, and so he super spoiled something massive from Abba Ranger. But I don't care. I've wanted to watch Abba Ranger since I watched Dino Thunder, because they actually had an episode of the Sentai in an episode, and I want to know, like, what the actual differences were and how that episode actually goes, considering the fact that I don't even know if it was, like, legitimately just how that episode went, because that was so funny, but I've been wanting to watch it since then, and they stopped at Hurricaneger, and I am so salty about it. The season before Abba Ranger, and they stop. I'm so salty at Shout. So salty at Shout.
The hologram, where she's trying to...
Oh my goodness, Cosmo.
Love interest, the hologram. Where...
Also known as Chase. My favorite character in Dino Charge. You'd think I would remember what color he was.
She's trying to get to know him like his favorite cookie. And, of course, the
Hey, Ben and Betty.
hologram has no personality because it's a game. And so she realizes she's not really in love with him. She just doesn't want him to be around. And Ben ends up saving her from essentially this hologram forcing her to dance with him all the time. So there you go. Because we haven't caught on yet, Ben and Betty are funny. Because we haven't caught on yet, Ben and Betty are funny.
Well, when it comes to that, I don't know like how the legalities work of it. But there's so much. If it works like anime, because Greg explained to me one time how licensing anime works, and it's a lot. If you just saw random light changes, because my gecko lights just turned off. There's a lot of licensing that's involved. Yeah, and then I'm not sure how like it ties in with Hasbro and how like that works out, like what Hasbro's actual like licenses and how that works, because it was different than how Saban had it, and it's different than how Saban had it before, and it's different than how Disney had it. A lot of times people were really frustrated over the fact that when they did the 15th anniversary, when they showed all the Rangers that came the 15th, so it was Tori from Ninja Storm, Kira from Dino Thunder, Xander from Mystic Force, and then Bridge from SPD. When they showed them all, they had the theme songs playing behind them. And when they showed Adam, who was the token Saban character for that season, when they showed Adam, they had him. They didn't have Go-Go Power Rangers behind him, and they never really said it's Morphin time or Morphin. They would say Morphing. Like Disney seasons could say let's morph or morphing. Let's demorph. They could say things like that, but they couldn't say it's Morphin time, and they couldn't play Go-Go Power Rangers because of how it was licensed, how Saban sold it, which apparently was by accident. So I don't know how that works out, but Saban claims he sold it by accident to Disney. He said he didn't mean to sell it to Disney. I saw an interview about that not too long ago. That new Netflix show, like the Toys That Made Us or whatever, there was a Power Rangers episode, and they interviewed Saban, and he outright said that he didn't mean to sell it to Disney, that he did it by accident. Disney did a great job with it, so.
You're funny. Again, just in case your actors ever come across this video of any shape or form, I don't like the creation of the characters. I don't like the execution of the characters, but I think the actors are actually really good. I just don't think that they are well versed enough to play the kind of characters that they are playing, and that it's not their fault. That is the fault of the casting.
Okay, I actually have to blow my nose now. Sorry, this is gonna be really gross. There. It was really bugging me. Sorry.
Crew that put them into that position, and they did well with what they are able to do as very green actors. So just want to throw that disclaimer out there. That's all.
Yeah, I don't dislike the actors. I think the actors are actually good. I just don't think... I think they were put in a bad spot. Yeah, it's really interesting because they talked to Saban a lot in that episode. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original series, but they talked to Saban a lot in that about the creation of Power Rangers and stuff. But he said something about selling it to Disney, and he was like, "And I'm never going to sell it again." And then enter Hasbro. I think that he must have done that interview before he sold it to Hasbro, but it was released after it was sold to Hasbro. So then they were like, "And then Hasbro?"
This is when the rematch between Carrie and Devin begins, and Devin ends up winning the rematch, getting the trophy and getting the check for $5,000, which apparently is all you need for massive surgery.
I'm going to cut all this out because...
What I do for work.
Yeah, because this is me talking about something, and I'm just like, this is so stupid and boring. We're not going to talk about that.
So, like, health insurance of that family.
Yeah, we're done with that. I go into health insurance and how health insurance works. And I'm just like, why?
Is all you need for massive surgery. Devin, of course, she doesn't know he's the Red Ranger, but Devin decides to go and give her the check for the $5,000 to go and give that to Carrie, and said that somebody told him that she needs that money more than he does, and he's fine with just the trophy. Since he was trying to win for selfish means, just the fact he wanted to win, the fact that he was just excited to be part of this championship and he wanted to win, which is just as viable as needing to win for somebody else. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but I think that was really cool that they didn't make Devin decide to lose to her, out of out of
Power Rangers, but also insurance. Because I'm just sitting there like, I sat there during the episode being like, $5,000, that's the grand prize, and that's what she's like cheating to win because it will pay for her brother's surgery. What kind of like little tiny surgery does he need?
Her out of guilt. I'm glad that they still had him win, but we're going to talk more about how I feel about that in just a second. But yeah, so he gives her the money, and then his dad walks up to him. His dad walks up to him, and he begins to cough, and so he decides to walk out. Devin would have followed his father for coughing that much. I certainly would have been like, my dad is coughing a lot, and he's walking off into, outside. I'm going to go find him and make sure he's okay. But Devin does not follow him.
I mean, to be fair, my father also has a lot of health problems, so.
Devin does not follow him.
So maybe that's why. I don't know. All right, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat here. If your dad walked up to you and said, I'm proud of you. I'll be right back. And then he walks outside. Would you follow your loved one if that were happening? I think you would. They should have written another reason why he needed to leave. But they didn't.
Because, we have to do the reveal of the fact that Evox is Devin's dad. Because we didn't know that yet.
Not exactly, Kay.
Okay, so there you guys have it. That is episode 3 of season 2 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Game on. So let's talk about what I liked about it. I liked the messaging. The thing is, like I've said this many times, it all really kind of depends on how you tell the story. Now, granted, it was very...
Oh, before I forget. Because I forget this sometimes, and I have to re-render. Okay, so we're at 11:37. Where am I at? Where am I at? What am I doing?
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Britt, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you probably should, because I talk about geeky things. It's Monday, so we're going to talk about...
I'm about to turn to Devox, guys.
This one was the season 2 called Game On, and it was actually a pretty good episode. As always, if you guys want to skip the full episode recap, you can do that by hitting this time code. You can do that by hitting this time.
Whoa, no, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't. I'm just so used to doing that. Oof. Okay. What did I say? I don't even remember what I said. What was it? 11:37. This was really long.
If you don't care about how I tell the story of the episode, hit that timestamp and you guys will be brought to just my original thoughts about this episode.
Okay, so it does go all the way to that clip. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I didn't forget that this time. Yay, where am I at? There I am.
Okay, so there you guys have it. That is episode 3 of season 2 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Game on. So let's talk about what I liked about it. I liked the messaging.
A lot. It was a good episode.
You know, the thing is, like I've said this many times, it all really kind of depends on how you tell the story. Now, granted, it was very in your face at one point during Devin's lecture, but I think in a kid's show, it is important to have at least that lecture moment. But the whole episode wasn't about the fact that Devin was losing to a cheater. It became something that was revealed later, and then it was kind of slowly integrated into the show. And plus, it was about video games, which is huge. I mean, the video game thing became huge when I was a kid, because I was around, you know.
I just remembered what happened here. I had to Google when the NES came out, because I was like, I'm pretty sure it came out in America the year before I was born, and I was correct.
Right around the time that Nintendo was created, that, you know, the first Nintendo, the NES came out.
In America. I just didn't say in America. I think
fine. A year or two before I was born. I can't remember. When did the NES come out? I don't know. Hey, Google. When did the NES come out in America?
1985.
The year before I was born.
And that's just my phone continuing to say many things about the NES.
The year before I was born. So yes, the NES was released in America the year before I was born. And so obviously gaming became such a big thing when I was a kid, and it's only just grown from there. So I think that that's such a cool concept, especially since obviously there are so many stories about kids playing these online games with people and swearing into their microphones. I don't know.
Can you tell I'm not a gamer in any way, shape, or form?
I don't know.
I play The Sims, and the newest console I own, I can't remember if it's the PlayStation 2 or the GameCube, because I don't remember which one came out first.
But
not a gamer. I do want to Switch, though. One day.
But either way, I just think that it was kind of a cool concept, a kind of a cool story, and it wasn't as in your face as I think it was in your face enough that it got the point across to the kids watching, but it wasn't so in your face that it annoyed me, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Happy medium.
I liked the concept of the story. I also really liked how it ended, in the sense, like I said a little bit earlier, that they didn't make Devin
such a non-gamer.
I mean, to make...
Where was I at? Sorry, I was reading Kay's comment.
Like I said a little bit earlier, that they didn't make Devin lose. I mean, to make the main character lose is important as well, so that, but the point wasn't
actually doing
for
really
Devin
well
to
here.
Be humanized. It wasn't to get him to, you know, realize that he's not the best or be okay with losing. You know, there wasn't a lesson for Devin to learn. It was...
I forgot the word modesty. That's why I'm having trouble. Like, as I'm trying to remember the word modesty. He didn't have to learn anything about modesty. It's
more of this lesson for this other girl to learn. So I'm glad they still had him win versus him getting like, oh, she deserves to win, I'm just gonna let her win. He still fought as hard as he could. He still won, and he still won well.
Yeah, but I don't remember what... Oh, I just swallowed my wine slightly wrong. Okay. But no, I just don't remember which one came out, like, actually first. That's all. I know they were, like, came out around the same time, like, the same year. I think they both came out in 2002? Should we ask Google? Hakuna Matata. Okay, back to this.
And I just think that that was so cool. So cool.
Episodes like this actually kind of annoy me because there's not enough for me to, like, complain about.
So cool that they did that, but
We're
then, of
there.
course, they just let him he just gave her the money, which I think was kind of a really good way of going about it. I really liked that. So I liked the whole basic concept of the episode. I thought it was really good. So let's see. What didn't I like? Whew. What?
I just loved playing Pikmin. Like, when I played GameCube, it was usually I was playing Pikmin. I loved Pikmin. Oh my gosh, I miss Pikmin. I need to set up my GameCube and play Pikmin. Oh, Dylan, you missed out. You didn't have Pikmin. Ugh.
One of the things I wrote this down pretty early on in the episode, and that was essentially that for a Ranger team that we have secret identities for, they really don't care about what's going on around them. Now, granted, other Ranger seasons have done this as well, but other Ranger seasons have also had...
See, I need to cut this out too, because I realize how stupid of a statement this is.
They really don't care about what's going on around them. Now,
not that statement, because that is a very true statement, but it just drives me bonkers.
Now, granted, other...
I'll play
Ranger
it so you guys
seasons
can
have
hear
done this
it.
as well, but other Ranger seasons have also had stories of the Rangers' identities being found out. Granted, we did have that, sort of, and I guess maybe that was fine. But really, like, it's always bothered me this season. Like, it doesn't...
Maybe I'll keep...
Now, granted, other Ranger seasons have done this as well.
Because that's the thing, is it doesn't bother me in other seasons. It bothers me in this one, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because Judlin's involved, and I just hate Judlin and everything he stands for. Except for RPM. Like, the work he did with RPM was fine. Work he did with In Space was good. Time Force was... Okay, so he made some of my favorite seasons, okay? Lost Galaxy. Pikmin was the best. Not gonna lie. I was obsessed with Pikmin.
As well. But really, like, it's always bothered me this season. Like, it doesn't seem to bother me in other seasons where we have secret identities where this happens, but it does bother...
Like, okay. RPM is different because RPM... Sorry. I have to go on a rant now. Because RPM, they knew who the Rangers were. That wasn't a secret identity season. But, like, in Mystic Force, which I'm now apparently rewatching, I am always either rewatching RPM or Mystic Force. That's just how it just is for me. Unless I'm knee-deep in a Sentai. Then I can't handle any other Power Rangers aside from Beast Morphers. Anyway, so... RPM is different because RPM was not a secret identity season. They were publicly known. But I never had an Xbox. I wanted one, but I never got one. Anyway, so like Mystic Force, for example, and I just came across that episode where like they didn't care what they were doing. They morphed in front of a security camera, and Udana had to give them a little bit of a lecture. And that's a secret identity season. And they also don't really care. I mean, aside from the creatures, like the people who live in the woods, they all know who the Mystic Force are, but the general public, they don't. And they don't seem to really like do the whole like, are we good? Are we good? They do kind of to an extent, but for some reason it bothers me in this season. Like, I'm rewatching Mystic Force right now while I play The Sims on my computer, and that's probably why I rewatched RPM and rewatched Mystic Force, because I can't watch anything on my computer. I can't watch Red Dwarf on my computer because I don't have a disk drive, and it's not, as far as I know, available anywhere legally streaming in the United States. But so I watch that on my TV, and then I watch whenever I'm playing The Sims and I want to watch something. I usually will just throw on whatever I can find on Netflix, and it's either a serial killer documentary or Power Rangers. And so I'm rewatching Mystic Force, and they don't care as much either in that one, but it doesn't seem to freaking bother me. For some reason, in this season, literally just this season, like any other season, it's not bothered me. For some reason, this season it has. It does. I don't get it. I don't know why it bothers me so much.
Where this happens, but it does bother me in this one for some reason that this one for some reason that they for some reason they just, when they're talking on their communicators or when they're about to morph, they don't look around like the original Rangers did. Like, they always were like, we good? We good? Okay. Or we good? We good? It's morphin' time. You know, they never really did anything like that. And I just think that wasn't, I don't know. I just don't like it. For some reason, it really, really bothers me for this series. And I just don't like it.
I can't say season because it's 2 seasons long. Neo Saban has messed me up. It's not Neo Saban anymore. It's now officially Hasbro at this point. A lot of people think the season 1 was about Hasbro. It wasn't Hasbro. It was Saban. Just like Wild Force.
Again. But Evok's reveal is so underwhelming. And I think because they let us know so specifically prior to the season. Like I said last week, or was it the first episode? I don't remember. Which one I don't remember. I remember which one I said it at, but they had him like not showing who the human version of him was, but we already knew who that was. And when you're trying to hide something from the audience, that's great to do it that way, to frame it that way.
You're all film critic here.
But
actually, it's not really film critic-y. It's very much just like somebody who has learned how proper storytelling in film works. So it really can be anybody who studied film criticism, anybody who studied film theory, which I studied a little bit of, and then anybody who studied film history, which I studied a lot of. So like anybody who studied storytelling or even just filmmaking, which quite frankly, I didn't spend a lot of time learning how to do. Just being honest.
It that way, but they framed it in such a way, like it just in general, framing not just a frame, like not just a shot, but like framing an entire concept. They framed it as if we didn't know that Evox was Devon's dad. We have known this since the end of season 1.
With the whole hand thing that I also didn't like.
You know, so I mean, it's just, I don't... The reveal was so underwhelming because we knew so much. It would have been...
Was that even necessary? Can I cut that whole thing out?
You know, so I mean, it's just...
Yeah, I can cut that whole thing out.
The reveal was so underwhelming because we knew so much. It would have been so much better if we just didn't know anything. Or if there was some other form of the reveal. But I just feel like the reveal was super underwhelming. And I didn't appreciate it. I don't like it. And it's just really annoying. And Judd Lynn, I'm so glad you're not going to be part of season 28 because I really don't like you.
Okay, that for some reason that one broke me. I forgot how blunt I was. And with a smile. Hey, Judd Lynn, I just don't like you. What's so funny is he's made some of my favorite Power Ranger seasons, and I think that's why he pisses me off so much during Neo Saban, is because he made some of my favorite, like, original Saban seasons in Space, Lost Galaxy, Time Force, and he made my favorite Disney season, which is RPM. Well, he made half of RPM. He did not make all of RPM. And I think that's why Neo Saban bothers me so much, is because he has it in him. Definitely keep that in there. Oh, of course I'm going to keep that in there. I would be stupid not to. But I think that's why why he bothers me so much right now. Clip that and throw it on Twitter. I should. Judlin, I just don't like you. Does Judlin have a Twitter? Not that I would ever share it with him. But seriously, I think that's why he bothers me so much during Neo Saban, is the fact that, like, he made some of my favorite seasons, and I just can't see past the fact that he made those seasons, and now he's making seasons that are terrible. I mean, like, take Dino Charge. Okay, these are coming out because I can't handle hearing myself talk with those in. Take Dino Charge, for example. Like, Dino Charge was so good until season 2. Because it was like, oh, we're trying too hard. It was seriously, like, it was like Judlin walked in to the room, into the writer's room, and went, we're trying too hard, you guys. Let's stop trying so hard. Dino Charge could have been one of the best seasons ever, but season 2...
I'm rewatching RPM right now, so I have to like you a little bit, but it's fine.
I literally finished it yesterday.
Anyway, so there you guys have it. That is...
Okay, we should probably keep that in there too. I finished RPM yesterday. I forgot how far along I was when I filmed this, and then I sat back down to play The Sims more. and looked at the episode count list. I was like at 4. I was like, oh, I guess I'm finishing this today. I'm rewatching RPM right now, so I have to like you a little bit, but it's fine. The Batwoman show. Who's playing Batwoman again? Anyway. So there you guys have it. Oops. But it's fine. So there you guys have it. That is episode 3 of season 2. Game on, and my thoughts on the episode. Let me know in the comments below what you guys felt about this episode. If you guys liked it, if you guys didn't like it, did you guys think the same things that I thought about this episode, or do you guys have other feelings? Let me know in the comments below what your guys' feelings are. I am gonna go and play The Sims and watch some RPM because I am sad, I am sick, and I don't want to make a video right now. So I'm still sad and I'm still sick, and I still don't want to make a video right now, but this has been fun. So I think I'm going to cut all this out because this was what I normally do at the end of videos is I'll normally just keep filming and then just kind of use that. But I decided that I wanted to use the bloopers from this video. So that's what these are. Let's see if these are actually 20 seconds long. Hey, Google, start a timer for 20 seconds.
All right, 20 seconds. Starting now.
Nova. Can't even hear it right now. Hey, no. Why would you do that? Stay off of my desk, please. You know better. Okay. That was 20 seconds. Just that clip alone was 20 seconds. Huh. Oh, the mug. The mug is from Disney World. Here it is. I have it right here because I've been drinking Thermoflu out of it. That's what I'm drinking in this video is Thermoflu. It's Walt Disney World 2017. And then this side has Fantasia Mickey, which I'm obsessed with. I'm super obsessed with Fantasia Mickey. I don't like Fantasia, but for some reason I'm obsessed with Fantasia Mickey. So, fun fact. Nova. Okay, well, we can cut that amount out. So, and this is the video that I choose to edit live. It's fine. Just throwing that out there. So, Hasbro, I was about to say Saban. Fortunately, Hasbro's rating these episodes now. But, you know. I have a whole video about that. Well, not about Fantasia specifically, but about the history of Disney animated films and how Fantasia has nearly sunk the company. So, nearly sunk everything. Judlin's still in charge. Okay, wait. I need to watch that clip again. Hold on, what? Just throwing that out there. So, Hasbro. I was about to say Saban. Fortunately, Hasbro's rating these episodes now. But, you know, Judlin's still in charge. You can cut the rest of that out. You can just keep the Judlin shade. When don't I have Judlin shade? You know, not something that I would probably plan on doing ever. Nova, hey. Actually, he's credited as Chiplin now, but his name is Judlin. Hey, no. Every time I film. I love you, but you're a pain. All right. Close the door, which is just my light. Okay. Forgot those are the same clips. But you're a pain. Close the door, which is just my light. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna get through this together. This is the video that I'm editing live. Where was I? I don't even remember where it was. Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay. We can cut there. Okay. Hey, Google, start a timer for 20 seconds. Hey, Google, start a timer for 20 seconds.
All right, 20 seconds. Starting now.
Nova. 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 So, and this is the
Hi,
video that I
Kay.
choose to edit live. It's fine. Just throwing that out there. So, Hasbro, I was about to say Saban. Or
Okay, so that's definitely gonna be more than 20 seconds, which is fine. I don't mind that. If it was like how I normally do it, I would make it as close to 20 seconds as I possibly can. But that's fine. That's not gonna be quite 20 seconds. Okay, there's gonna be a little more than 20 seconds. So my intros are here. I have a really long introduction to the video because I talk about my dead cat or my parents' dead cat. And then, okay, so I'm terrible at sound mixing, not gonna lie. So literally all I do is this, but you can barely hear the music anyway. So I usually don't care too much. The only time I care is if I have to do like more things. Like if more things, this is why I edit. If I have to if I have B-roll and I'm just playing music, like my Disney videos, which sometimes drove me bonkers as I edited. I have had wine. I just spilled wine all over myself. It's fine. I'm not anywhere near drunk, actually. I'm at a point where my muscles are moving a little differently, but that's about it.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Britt, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you probably should because I talk about geeky things. It's Monday, so we're gonna talk about Power Rangers Beast Morphers.
Okay, that's it. Normally now after this, I'm gonna. Whoa. We're gonna make this bigger. Now I will watch it again prior to rendering it. Okay, well you're still gonna see a little bit of it in the background. It's fine. Can I make this bigger? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, anyway, I will watch it all the way through. How did I select all the clips? As I was editing. Weren't you here, Dylan? But yeah, and so then I put them at the end of the video. At the end of the raw. But anyway, so I always watch my edit all the way through just to make sure that there's not something that I need to fix. But I'm not going to do that on here because it's, how long is it? How long is this video? Actually, it's one of my shorter ones for this because usually these reach about 20 minutes. So this is about 17 and a half minutes. But when isn't Melissa playing The Sims? Accurate statement. I forgot that popped up on the screen. Yeah. Yeah, Melissa's playing The Sims right now, and I wish I was playing The Sims. And I probably will play The Sims again in a little bit. Not too long. I am so awake because I slept so late today. So I woke up really early. Yeah, my hair has grown back quite a bit. My hair grows really fast. My hair grows really, really fast. And yeah, so my friend, who is actually a hairstylist, we were trying to play it off that she wasn't. We were trying to play it off that she was just a friend that was going to cut my hair for just humor. But she's actually a hairstylist. And we had actually been planning her to cut my hair for a long time, months before that. And it just never seemed to work out. And then finally it just did. And that was how we did it. And I'm sad because that was the second to last time that I was in that apartment. Not apartment, that was a townhouse. But she and Sarah have since moved. Because Sarah moved in with her boyfriend. My friend Sarah moved in with her boyfriend. And then Leah moved in with, I think, another friend. I don't know. I've not been to her new place. I've not been to Leah's new place. Before getting the blooper clips. Did I? Now I gotta go check.
I don't want to make a video right now, so I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.
No. Nope. I'm good. You probably heard, you didn't see any of that, but you heard it. No, I didn't cut myself up before getting the blooper clips. But yeah, I need to get my hair trimmed again. I fall into that every time I cut my hair. I cut my hair and then I don't cut it for like years, and then I cut it again, and then I don't cut it for years, and then I cut it again. So I haven't cut it since then. And that was December, because that was slightly, but no, oh God, it was probably before December. It was probably actually still. You're actually cringing watching the video before the reveal that she was actually a stylist. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was the whole point, that I wanted to really play it off. It was so funny because, like, I turned to her and I'm like, well, you're not really an actor. She's like, no, but I can pretend to be, like, freaked out. And I was like, yeah, that's perfect. And so, but I've obviously been an actor for a really long time. So everything that you see, I was acting in there, like, being scared, being upset, everything like that. But, yeah, the whole point was for you guys to fall for it. And it was so much fun. I mean, obviously, I don't think Dylan would have, because I think Dylan knew, because Dylan knows her. Dylan knows all of those friends. So I think Dylan wasn't fooled for that video. But I may have actually told some people about the video prior. But yeah, and then she was like, yeah. Well, what was really funny was we had decided on the length, and then I was like, but I'm going to say cut it a little bit less than that, so then it's going to turn into, oh, it's uneven, I need to cut more. Oh, it's still uneven, I need to cut more. And so we really played with that. That was really fun. Like, we really, really played with that. And so the length that it was at was what it was supposed to be. And then what was really funny was I said I wanted a certain length, but I didn't care about the style. So at the end, I was actually looking at the style because I had no idea what she was going to do. Because I told her, I trust you, just go ahead and cut it. And so, but yeah, and so, like, she was like, do you want me to cut it uneven originally and then, like, blatantly uneven and then be, like, nervous about it? I was like, yes, do whatever it is you want to do to make it, like, that's... And and so she did it, and she did it really well. When I was editing that video, I was like, oh, that's actually really kind of fun. Like, it actually seemed really legitimate. And I was trying to squeeze out actual tears, but for some reason, I couldn't do actual tears during that one. But, because usually I can cry on cue, but I think because we were laughing so much prior to filming, because we were, like, planning it out and stuff like that. And so there was so much laughing that was happening prior to that. I think my brain just wasn't in the right space to actually cry on cue. But yeah, usually I can cry on cue. Usually. Sometimes I can't. Right now, probably pretty easy because I'm actually sad. So, if you weren't here prior to me starting the video, I talked about my cat, not my cat, my parents' cat, who was my cat. So when I was young, when I was in high school, we had 3 cats. We had Casey, who we put down when I worked at Yankee Candle. So, like, not too long ago. She was 22 when we put her down. And then we had Corvette and we had Cobalt. And so all 3 of them are gone now. But Casey was really my dad's cat. Like, they were really, really close. And so when my dad moved into this house, because my parents were split up for a little bit, and they reconciled when in 2007 is when they reconciled. And so when my dad moved into this house, he took Casey, and my mom and I took Corvette and Cobalt. Well, no, I take that back. My mom and I took Corvette because we didn't have Cobalt yet. So we got Cobalt in the summer of 2000 or in the wintertime. Did I say summertime? I meant wintertime of 2004. And she would have been born, well, probably wintertime of 2005, because she was born like December, we think. But she was a feral. And So we got Cobalt, and we weren't going to keep her. We used to foster cats, and Casey was our first foster failure. Corvette was not a foster. Corvette my sister got. Corvette was my sister's cat. And then my sister married my brother-in-law, who was allergic to cats, and so she couldn't keep Corvette. So that's how I ended up with Corvette. And so, and really, Corvette was my mom's cat, and then Cobalt was my cat. And then when I was in my apartment, and when my one roommate moved out on good terms, my other roommate moved out on bad terms. There's a whole story time about that on my channel. But I was, and I had, my boyfriend my boyfriend basically broke up with me, but before he broke up with me, and how I mean basically was he just stopped talking to me. He ghosted me. We were planning on moving in together. We were planning on moving out of Minnesota together. And then he just decided to be a coward and just stop talking to me forever. We have not spoken since then. We've never talked. But yeah, so he broke up with me. Before that, he cheated on me. And yeah. And so I was really not feeling well about myself, but I couldn't move out of my apartment yet. I'm just going to drink the rest of this wine. I couldn't move out of my apartment yet because I was on a year lease. And so we talked to my apartment. I couldn't get a dog. And that was when I started planning on yeah, that was definitely us. We couldn't turn at one point in my childhood we had 20 cats. That's not an exaggeration. We had 20 cats at one point in my childhood. Granted, we had one that came to us pregnant, and then we didn't realize how quickly a cat could become pregnant again, but we also couldn't spay her because she was producing milk, and so she ended up with a second litter. So we actually ended up having 2 litters, 1 litter of 8, that one passed away, another second litter of 8 where 3 passed away. One passed away because he was, the first litter, that one passed away because he was deformed, and we were trying everything we could do to save him, but we couldn't. And then the other litter, we didn't realize the cat's milk dried up, or she just stopped feeding them. I don't know. She abandoned that litter, so we ended up having to bottle feed them. Yeah. Yeah, it was real tough when he ghosted me. I was very depressed for a long time. So we talked to my apartment landlords, and I'm like, look, I've seen cats. The first apartment I lived in did not allow pets. And I said, look, I've seen cats in windows. And they're like, okay. And I was like, I want to bring my cat here. And they're like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Just keep it quiet. And I was like, okay. So my mom and I talked about it, and I was going to bring Cobalt with me. But the reason I brought Corvette with me was because Cobalt was deaf. And she meowed a lot because she didn't understand that she understood she was making like vocal noises, I'm sure. But she couldn't hear what she was doing, or at least hear well what she was doing. And so she was so loud that I was like, you know what, makes probably better sense for Corvette to come live with me than Cobalt. So that's where the switch happened. So Cobalt was my cat, Corvette was my mom's cat. And then Corvette came to live with me, and Cobalt stayed with my mom. And so then Cobalt became like really close to my mom, and then Corvette and I became really, really close. So that's how Corvette became my cat, the one that I put down in June. And then Cobalt became my mom's cat. So anyway, but at the very beginning of this video, at the very beginning of this video, yes, I talk about it at the beginning of this video, but I was also at the beginning of this, the editing thing. If you weren't here, we didn't put her down. She died on her own. So we put, Cobalt passed away on Friday. And so I'm very sad. So if the end of that video didn't make sense as to why I'm sad and sick, because that's why I'm sad. Is because I'm dealing with grieving over less than a year since I had to put Corvette down now, and now Cobalt is also gone, and Cobalt was originally my cat, and it's tough. It's tough. And now you're the oldest animal in the house aside from the humans. In that case, Dad's the oldest. Grandpa's the oldest. Grandpa's older than Grandma a little bit. They were born the same year. Yeah, I mean, that's literally what I said. Like, look, I've seen cats. I've seen cats in the windows. So, and then Nova. Nova's the baby. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, here's the thing. Cobalt, because of her issues, Cobalt had lived longer than any vet thought she was going to. When she was young, she didn't have very many like physical problems. But Cobalt being deaf, she was mentally handicapped in a lot of ways. She was feral, and a lot of vets have said over the years that she wasn't going to live much past 10, if get to 10 at all. And we got her to 15. So she lived a very long, very happy life, and we were very fortunate to have her for the time that we did. And it was very nice. She was a wonderful cat. I miss a lot about her already. Like, one of the things that she would do is when I would be up in my parents' unit, and I would sit on my chair, and my mom would sit on their couch, and my dad would be on we all have our designated spots. My dad's on his recliner, and my mom's on the couch, and then I'm on the oversized chair. We call it Winter's throne, because Winter was another cat we had. He was a Maine Coon Siamese mix. And he passed away when I was 17 from, we think, a heart attack, because he had diabetes and his heart was not doing well with the diabetes. And so we think he passed away from a heart attack. But we call it Winter's throne because that was where Winter just always slept. That if you were trying to find Winter, that was where he was on that oversized chair. And so I refused to get rid of it. My parents want to get rid of it. I'm like, no, I'll take it. Like, I will I will reupholster it. I will pay for it to get reupholstered to fit my aesthetic. I will take that chair. I will never get rid of Winter's throne. But anyway, so that's my chair that I sit in when I'm in my parents' unit. So I sit in there. What are you doing? Stop. Come here. Yeah, I know you don't want me to pick you up. Come here. Come here. Anyway. No kisses, Mom. No kisses. Ow. Anyway, this is my normal behaviors with Nova. Anyway, so what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Casey was 22. She was not white. No, Dylan, you've met. Oh, no, sorry. I thought that was Dylan. Oh, did she actually she actually got me. No, she was not white. She was tuxedo. She was mostly black. She actually looked a lot like Corvette, just short fur. So you have seen Corvette in my vlogs. Looked a lot like Corvette. She was mostly black with a little bit of white. So I just didn't realize Nova actually got me. I didn't feel like it actually hurt enough for her to have gotten me. But yeah, she was deaf. We think that her deafness came from the fact that she was the runt, because she was also too young to have left her mom when we got her. She was very little. She was on solid food because she ate solid food just fine. But when we brought her to the vet was like, yeah, she should have been with her mom for another couple weeks. And Nova's always like that. Like, if I pick her up, that's basically what she does. And I know that, which is why I'm not like upset that she got me real good, because I know better. But the vet even said she should have been with her mom for another week or two in the wild. But we think her mom abandoned her because she was the runt, and we think she was deaf because of that, or she had an inner ear infection that we just didn't know about before it kind of resolved itself by just making her deaf. So we don't know like her history. We don't know what happened with her initially. Nova would have been a feral. That would have been Nova's history too. Nova would have been a feral. Because I don't know if I've talked about Nova's history, but her mom was found in a trailer park down south of the river, which means nothing to anybody who's never been to the Twin Cities. I'm just north of the Minnesota River, which is a tributary of the Mississippi. And so south of the river is the southern part of the Twin Cities. Granted, I'm part of the southern part of the Twin Cities, so I'm just south of Minneapolis. But like officially, like south of the river is the southern Twin Cities. And so she was found in a trailer. The mother was found in a trailer park just south of the Twin Cities and was brought into Wags and Whiskers, which is the rescue that I got Nova from. And she was with one foster, and then turns out, oh, she's pregnant. And then she went with the foster that I got Nova from, who specialized in birthing cats, which if I ever went back into fostering cats, it's probably what I would do, because like I said, when we had the 20 cats that we had, Mama gave birth to one litter, and then she gave birth to the second litter, and then I had to help bottle feed all those babies because she wasn't taking care of them. Yeah, I know. Yeah, white cats, white animals in general, because that carries over into ferrets too. White ferrets tend to also be deaf, and Dalmatians tend to also be deaf, because of how white they are. So I don't know that's so weird. The geneticness of white animals being deaf, it's very strange. But yeah, you're right. White cats with blue eyes tend to be deaf. We had a white cat with blue eyes. One of our fosters was a white cat with blue eyes. Her name was Snowflake. We named her Snowflake because not only was she white, but she also came to us the first snow of that year, and so we named her Snowflake. But yeah, that is very true. And like I said, it carries over into ferrets, and it carries over into Dalmatians as well. And I'm sure there's more, but those are the ones that stick out in my brain. Oh, she's playing with something. I heard a really weird noise. Yeah, I want a Dalmatian. Fun fact. I've always wanted a Dalmatian, but I will never get one. That was actually one of the options I was thinking about when I was looking into getting a dog. My first choice was actually a Saint Bernard, but I couldn't find a place that would allow that big of a dog. And my second choice was the Golden Retriever, which is what I got. Anyway. And then I was also looking into getting a Dalmatian. But the two things that stopped me from getting a Dalmatian was, one, my mom's terrified of Dalmatians because she was attacked by one when she was a kid. And two, they cause a lot more damage and they're a lot more mischievous when they're left alone and they're bored than Golden Retrievers. Cosmo actually didn't cause a lot of damage. I mean, I did not get my security deposit back from my second apartment. He did cause damage. He chewed on a lot of things. He tried to chew through the wall in 3 different places. Let me see if I can find those pictures. Since I've got this up kind of. Let me go see if I can find those pictures on Facebook. I have them somewhere. I think it's probably in that album. What was really funny was that landlord tried to take me for everything that I was worth. Because they allow dogs. I think that's the only reason they allow dogs. Yeah, a rum barrel. My dad would be thrilled if he doesn't really drink a lot of rum. He drinks vodka. He used to drink gin, but he decided to finally stop drinking gin since he's deathly allergic to tree nuts. Fun fact, my dad's allergic to tree nuts but continued to drink gin. And it's so funny because I was looking at a gin bottle that he had one day and I was like, Dad, did you realize that gin is like made from tree nuts? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, don't you have a reaction? He's like, every time. And I was like, Dad! He's like, what? My tongue swells a little bit. And I was like, oh. You need to stop drinking gin. So he finally stopped drinking gin. So now he drinks scotch and bourbon and vodka. Where is my album? Where is it? There it is. Sterling Heights was the name of the apartment building that I lived in. So here, let's actually, why not? Why don't we just do the thing? I mean, you guys know my full name, so I don't really care. And people have found me on Facebook before. We'll do that. There. Some privacy. Okay. So this was actually when I was living in, this was my second apartment, but this was the temporary apartment that I lived in. My dad is hardcore. My dad should also not ride scary rides at Disney World, and that did not stop him from riding the crazy rides at Disney World. So like all those rides are like, if you have heart problems, don't do it. And my dad has congestive heart failure and has had a heart attack. So anyway, so this was Corvette when we first moved into Sterling Heights. New start, new life, Sterling Heights. Look, this is my Blazer. This was my car at the time, right here. Anyway, but so this apartment was my, okay. So the funny story about moving from Cedar Square, which is where the first apartment I lived in, and then Sterling Heights, my second apartment, was, I was so stressed out. Like, you'll be able to find, if anybody were, I mean, Dylan, I think, already knows the channel's name. But, so you don't count with this. But if anybody were to ever find the channel that I first started doing YouTube on, because I actually talked about, like, because that was the time where I moved from the first apartment to my second apartment. And I had this whole, like, series on that channel about it. And I was so frustrated. There were so many things that went wrong with that move. And one of those things was my second apartment wasn't ready when I was supposed to move in. So they put me up in the other apartment that I was offered. So I was offered two different apartments. I was offered a second story apartment with a washer and dryer in unit. And I was offered a first story apartment that didn't have a washer and dryer in the unit. And looking back, I made the right decision to do the first level apartment because I was going to have a puppy. I didn't have Cosmo at this point. I was going to have a puppy. And so it was a lot easier for me to push him out of a first story onto some grass versus a second story where I had to get him out through the hallway, down the stairs or down the elevator, whichever I chose, and then out the door where he would have already peed. So I made the right decision, but oh my goodness, I will never live in another apartment without a washer and dryer in unit ever again. Like, I don't care what were to ever happen. I will always have a washer and dryer in my unit if I ever live in an apartment again. But essentially, I lived in the living room. So you can see this TV right here. This was just sitting on the floor. I had like a season of Friends on DVD, and I had some Disney films and some Pixar films. I know Disney owns Pixar now, but at the time they would have, yes, because this was 2008. So yeah, at the time they would have owned Pixar. But anyway, so I had some of that with me, and I basically just had a mattress on the floor. And so I was living there, and Corvette and I were living in that part of just the living room of that apartment until my actual apartment was ready. But this was really funny because the blinds were open and Corvette still plopped herself through the blinds. And so yeah, anyway. So then this was the outside of my building. This was the outside of my building. This was my apartment right here. No, wait. Balcony of the second. Okay, so this was my temporary apartment. So this was where I temporarily lived. And then this was my actual apartment right here. I don't live there anymore, so I can show you everything I want. And then here she is again. Sticking herself through the blinds. So this is when I actually moved in. So this was the way my bedroom looked when we first moved me in. I don't know what happened to him. This was, before it was Build-A-Bear Workshop. I built this guy. Don't know where he is. I think this is still the suitcase I use. Anyway. And then this was another view of my bedroom, closet, another view. Okay, this was my bedroom at 4 p.m. the same day. So I've made headway. And then, boom! And my bedroom at 6 o'clock. So, yeah, I'm a clean freak. Oh, this was in my... So my car that I was driving at the time, my Blazer that I was driving at the time, was my grandpa's car, and he had passed away, and he left it to me. And this was when it hit 100,000 miles. Cute. This was when I was blonde, and I cut my hair, and I apparently just took selfies every time I got a new haircut. And another selfie of my new haircut when I was blonde. I'm never going to go this blonde again. I have thought about doing ombre from brown to blonde, but I started graying really early and I could not handle it. So that's why I started dyeing my hair a lot when I was young. And this was these fun fact, aside from this plant, which my parents got me this plant when I moved into the dorms my first year of college, and then this plant in the back, which, holy shit, it's so tiny. Oh my goodness, it's so huge now. I should actually like show that plant now. That plant is so huge now. Because I actually started taking care of it when I lived in this apartment. Anyway, the rest of these plants, like this tree and all these plants, they are all from my grandpa's funeral. The same grandpa that left me my car. And yeah, so this was a gas fireplace in my apartment. And a lot of people would put TVs up here, but I did not. I put my TV off to the side a little bit. I voted. Because I was super patriotic back then. This was my 10-gallon fish tank that I had when I lived there. There. And then I added some platies and some mollies. Looks like a Dalmatian molly. That actually might be a marble. Looks like a Dalmatian, but it might also be a marble. And then my red wags. This is when I really got into live bearers. Which one looks like a pot plant? See, that looks like see, it says Dalmatian, but that definitely looks like a marble. That one's a female. That one also looks like a female. There's my Placosimus back before I actually knew how big Placosimuses get. My blue lobster. Oh, I had two of them. They both died for very different reasons. One of them I accidentally boiled. The other one froze to death. Oh. I had some problems with that tank. So I had a heater that malfunctioned and it overheated the tank, and one of them died. I can't remember which one was first. And then the other one, my heater decided to... No, it wasn't my heater. I lost in lobsters, crayfish. They're actually crayfish. They're not truly lobsters. They're actually crayfish. But crayfish are very, very susceptible to temperature changes. And so I lost, when I was at school one day, I lost power in my apartment, and I didn't know. And I came home to my blue lobster being dead because he just couldn't handle the fact that the heater was off for a little while. Anyway. I'm acclimating. It's the blue lobster. Some way too many fish for that size of a filter, but that's fine. I was still learning at the time. There's more. Aw, more. My beta. He lived a pretty decent life in that little tiny bowl. He lived for like 5 years in that bowl. I miss more. Oh my goodness. More. So I named him after Jay Moore, my favorite actor at the time, because I was obsessed with Ghost Whisperer and obsessed with Jay Moore and obsessed with his character on Ghost Whisperer. There's my blue lobster. This one actually says poor lobster, because obviously I uploaded these videos after he had already died. He kept eating my mollies. It was really funny. And just their heads. He would just eat their heads. That's it. That's all I would give him shrimp pellets every day, but I would still come home to dead mollies every day. Yeah, they're actually called blue lobsters. Like if you actually like go into a fish store or a pet store of any kind and you see the blue lobster, it's actually labeled as blue lobster, but they're crayfish. They're not actually lobsters. Apparently some random shot of Minneapolis. I think this is, yeah, where Mom and I screwed up and ended up downtown when we were supposed to be in the outskirts of something. Of S. What? 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 Oh, it's just still, it cuts out even up here. Scout outskirts of S. I don't know what I was trying to say there. If I'm trying to say South Minneapolis, oh boy, did I ever screw up, because that's the end of South Minneapolis right there. There's my second blue lobster. I named him Crichton after the character in Red Dwarf. There's Crichton. Crichton. Ein, the little, that's not really an Ein plushie, but that was a plushie of a corgi that I got when I was going to cosplay as Ed from Cowboy Bebop. Ein. I still have this book. The Man in the Rubber Mask, the memoir that Robert Llewellyn wrote about being Crichton in Red Dwarf. Believe it or not, Crichton is not my favorite character in Red Dwarf. More of that lobster. I was really obsessed with my blue lobster. I was really obsessed with my blue lobster. I was super obsessed with my blue lobster. A selfie of me. I hate who I was in my early 20s. A selfie of myself reading The Man in the Rubber Mask. Okay. Okay, so this one deserves... I should also be hiding people's names. Okay, so this one deserves a story. So I ripped apart my phone book once. So there is this bank in the Twin Cities called TCF, Twin Cities Federal. And I banked with them because they had a free, like checking account for St. Cloud State University students at the time. I don't know if that's still a fact anymore, because I didn't even look into that when I was officially a St. Cloud State University student again, back when I finished my degree last year. But anyway, I had an issue. This is when I decided I didn't like banks anymore, and why I decided to go with credit unions. And they did me wrong, and I couldn't cash my paycheck because I was so overdrafted, because the way that banks run checks to make sure that you overdraft, because that's how they make money. And let's ignore the tabloid behind it, because I was super obsessed with tabloids at the time too. And so I got really upset. And when I get upset in such ways, why are you trying to play with that? Stop trying to play with that. When I get upset, sometimes one of the things that really calms me down is ripping paper. And so I was so angry that I just grabbed the phone book that I had, and I ripped it down the spine. So there's that. This is also my high school right there. This was when I decided to take Cosmo out for a walk one day. Yeah, do you remember this? I said Cosmo, and then I said the WALK word. No, it is 9:00 at night. And it's still not quite warm enough for us to do that. Anyway. I mean, actually probably was today, but anyway. Cosmo decided to go on a WALK, and it decided to not only just downpour on me, but also hail on me. So this was how I looked when I got back to my apartment. And that's how it was. And I don't know why there is a random fork on my floor. Probably because Cosmo got it and was playing with it. And then I decided to put koi in the tank. I was really not knowing a lot. What? You can wait. I know I said it's 9:00. I know I did. And I know what 9 o'clock means, but you can wait. 9 o'clock means his dental treat. Anyway, I really didn't know enough about fish. And yeah, I should never have put koi in a tank like that, especially a 10-gallon tank. And with tropical fish. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Why? Stop with that. Okay, so here's the actual apartment if you guys are curious. And actually, the whole reason I'm doing this is to show you guys the damage that Cosmo did. Anyway, so this was my living room / kitchen. What did you just knock over? Okay, it's fine. She didn't break anything. This was the couch that I tried to melt. Not here. It was actually not at this apartment. It was actually here that I tried to melt it. Anyway, but this was the couch that I tried to melt. Long story. There's a better shot of the. So this was when I was about to move out, and I was taking pictures to remember everything by. And then there's my kitchen. A lot of this was actually my mom's stuff that she had accumulated while my parents were split up, and since they had reconciled at this point, I ended up with them. And yeah, so I just ended up with a lot of things that were my mom's. Like my sister made this for my mom. There's Cosmo. When I actually like filled his dish and just let him slowly eat back before he actually ate properly. More of my apartment. Like there's my sister's senior picture. So if that gives you any idea, anything. Anyway. And then another shot just of the living room from the dining room area. This was the second bedroom in my apartment. This was where my mom slept when she stayed over. This is also where I put all the cat stuff. So I had this baby gate up so Cosmo couldn't get to it. So that's where all my cat stuff was. And there's Cosmo in the hall. There's my bathroom. You can see some of the damage right here. There's actual pictures of it. I didn't try. It was an accident. Yeah, I'll tell that story in a second. Here's the entryway from the outside, from the hallway. This is the entry closet. This is also where the washer and dryer were in that apartment upstairs. And then Cosmo was on Purina 1 because I didn't know enough about dog food. I had rearranged my bedroom since I moved in. Moved my bed. I don't even remember moving my bed there. I always just remember my bed being up against the window. I don't remember ever moving my bed, but apparently I did. I do not remember this layout. I remember this poster, though. Anyway, I do not remember this layout. This was Cosmo's crate. He never went in there. So funny story about his crate, because I had to get him one of these, like this travel crate, instead of like a real crate. When he was a puppy, he had learned how to move it, which is why it's slightly bent. So he would jump up and knock it over, and then he'd walk around the apartment in the crate. It was very weird. From my bedroom through the hallway into the living room. More of the living room. Okay, so then here it is. It was an accident. I swear to God. I'll tell the story in a minute. Anyway, it was my niece. My niece brings it up all the time. My niece, Avie. I loved that rocker. Don't shade on my rocker. I loved that rocker. Anyway, this is when it was emptied out. So this is where the damage pictures are going to be. But this is when I moved out. And this is like when I moved out. I'll show you guys my first apartment too if you guys want to look at that. But anyway. See, look at that. It's all moved out. Because they didn't realize that I had these pictures. Because they tried to take me for everything I was worth. Because they were like, you had a puppy and he caused so much damage to the apartment. I was like, yeah, to the bathroom. No, to the whole apartment. The whole apartment was completely trashed. And I was like, the whole apartment was not completely trashed. And I'm like, and I have pictures to prove it. And they're like, okay, fine. And so they backed off. I didn't even take these pictures for that reason, but I'm glad I took them for that reason. Because as you can see, this apartment was totally trashed. Totally trashed. About to turn back into Evox, guys. Oofta. Anyway, so yeah. This was my bedroom. This was more of my bedroom, I think. Maybe that was the second bedroom. I don't know. But there's the bathroom. And there's 105, which was my apartment number. And then that's not my apartment. That again. Okay, so here's the damage. So this was one of the places that Cosmo tried to chew through the wall. And then here's another place where Cosmo tried to chew into the wall. So this was to get into the hallway. This was to go into my bedroom. As you can see, this is also just messy, 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 messy. So like I will take the damage that happened to the bathroom. Like the bathroom damage was a lot. Like that's fine. I was fine with paying for that. But the rest of the apartment that they were basically telling me that I owed like, I think it was like $1,200 for, I was like, bull. No. And it was above and beyond my damage deposit too. Like that was above and beyond my damage deposit, above and beyond the animal fee. Which why are you erging on Ufta? It is a Norwegian phrase. Let me say Ufta. Anyway. But yeah, so like there was damage to the apartment. Like I'm not going to fault them for that. Like I was willing to pay for that damage, but the amount of damage they were claiming that I had made was not legitimate. And then this was the third spot, and I don't know what he was trying to get to with this one, because this would have led to a different apartment. Actually, no, that wouldn't have led to a different apartment. That would have led, like, I don't know where that would have led to. Because that was, like, the first apartment. So that would have led to, like, the mailboxes, yeah. Then back to the beginning. So that was all of it. No, I know it's just sheetrock. There was damage to the vanity, too. There was damage to the vanity as well. So they had to redo the entire vanity because the vanity itself was one unit. So they did have to redo the entire vanity, and then they had to redo those parts of the sheetrock. And they also had like textured walls in that apartment. So it was more than just like spackling. There was a little bit more to it because they did have textured walls, which we tried. My brother-in-law, who is a construction worker and used to build, well, he's a construction manager. He's a project manager. And now he does commercial work. But back then he did work. He built townhouses. And yeah, that's exactly what they were trying to get me to do was replace the entire carpet. That was what they wanted me to do. Replace the carpet in the entire apartment. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. The carpet was fine. But yeah, so they actually had like there was like legitimate damage. I took pictures of the holes in the wall because I thought it was funny. I did not focus on the other things that were damaged, which I probably should have, but I was fine with paying for the damage in the bathroom. That was fine. I had no problem paying for that damage because that was damaged a lot. That was where he ended up sleeping before I let him sleep free range, because he just did not take well to crate training as he was walking around the apartment in his crate. So he just didn't take well to crate training. So I crated him, but I created him in the bathroom. One of the other things too, and this is actually a good picture to stop on for that reason, was Corvette did this a lot. She did this a lot in this apartment. She did this a lot in the actual apartment that we lived in. And so when we were doing our exit interview, and I called her on this one, so she actually wrote this one off right away. But she had said, the landlord had said, that they were going to replace these blinds right here in that apartment, the actual apartment downstairs. They were going to replace those blinds. And it was like, I don't know, like $20. So it wasn't even that much. She's like, so we're going to take that out of your damage deposit. And she said something to the effect of like, they were doing that slowly anyway in all of the apartments. I was like, so then I'm not going to pay for it, because if you're doing it anyway, then that means I don't have to pay for it because you're doing it anyway. And she's like, no, we're doing it as needed. So on your own dime, not on mine. So I did fight that one immediately. And that one, they were like, yeah, okay, we're going to take that one off because, yeah, you did catch us on that technicality. You did actually catch us trying to be swindlers. But yeah, that was I liked that apartment a lot. I miss that apartment a lot, but I don't miss a lot about that apartment. But yeah, I do not miss that apartment at all. Oh, okay. Anyway, sorry. My friend Nikki just said, I guess I have to go to GalaxyCon again because Kel Mitchell from Keenan and Kel will be there. You're the one who got up in my lap. and I've been planning to probably go to GalaxyCon, even though I hate for-profit conventions, because Austin St. John is going to be there, and even though he's also going to be at Power Morphicon, and there is a chance I won't get to meet him at Power Morphicon because he's only there for day 0, and so there's a chance that their line's just going to be too intense. So I'm just going to go to GalaxyCon and meet him and pay a ridiculous amount of money to have a photo op with him, but that's fine. He's the love of my life, okay? He's the love of my 7-year-old life. I just joke that he's still the love of my life. Not really, but I still want to meet him because the 7-year-old in me is freaking out. But now Cal is going to be there. And so I just told Nikki, hi, I'm officially coming. We are having him sign bottles of orange soda. Yeah. So I'm going to meet Cal Mitchell in November. Anyway. Did you guys want to see my first apartment? Since there is like no way you'd ever be able to find unless you found that original channel that I was on. Are there even, other than the two of you, is there actually anybody? Why did that just happen? Is there anybody actually even still? There's 4 of you here. Anybody want to actually see my first apartment? I have pictures like that of my first apartment. I'll find it. There it is, right here. You guys want to see my first apartment? I'm waiting for an answer. Nova. Okay, well, I have it up. So we'll do this. I'm going to try and frame it such a way that we won't actually see names again, because I just remember that people comment on these pictures. Okay, there we go. That's good. Hi! So now we're looking at pictures of my first apartment when I lived in St. Cloud, since unless you can find my first channel. Anyway, so this was the outside of the apartment with my roommate. This is the roommate that moved out on good terms. This was the roommate that moved out on very good terms. She and I, we don't really hang out a ton anymore, but she and I are still friends. But this is the apartment that I'm wearing my karate pants. Fun fact, I'm wearing my karate pants because they are so comfortable that I wore this oversized t-shirt and my karate pants to move in. But this was the day we moved in. This was back when my hair was kind of this is really dark, but it was like a strawberry blonde. Because I started, like I said, I started graying really early and I just couldn't handle it. You know my first channel, Kay. I think I've told you about my first channel. Anyway. So yeah, so this was our apartment. It was apartment number 42. It was the answer to the universe. So anyway, that's right. For some reason, that's not working. These are my Hollywood sunglasses. I don't know why I took a picture of me in them, but again, I hated myself. I hated who I was in my early 20s. It's fine. This was Jess being weird. So this was when we had this apartment. So this apartment specifically was one. So this was a couch that I actually got from my aunt. And then this was a couch that I think Jess found at a flea market. Probably not the best choices we've ever made in our entire lives. But we were very much college students. We were very much mishmash from garage sales kind of college students at the time. Very not interior design like I am now. But yeah. There is I don't know if it's in here or if it's on Jess's Facebook, but this was a picture. We both took pictures of each other at the same time. But yeah. And then she was hiding from the camera. And then there was that picture. And then there, Jess liked to stick her tongue out in pictures. And then here we were a little bit later. I don't know. This was Jess's ex-boyfriend. Wait, Dylan, are you moving? You're moving into your new apartment? Oh my god, I missed that comment. Dylan, that's so exciting. You're moving into your own apartment. I'm so proud of you. Anyway, sorry. I missed that comment until just now. Get Calyx bookshelves. I love them. They're easy to put together, and they're not super expensive, and I love them. They're my favorite thing in the entire world. Anyway. So this was Jess's ex-boyfriend. There was a very interesting relationship between the three of us. Whenever he broke up with Jess, he would always try to get with me, and I'd be like, dude, hi, what are you doing? Hey, so here are, when I talked about this, when I made my video, I think I actually showed this picture when I made my video, when I put out my Christmas stuff. These are the little things that we made. Anyway, this was just cleaning out our freezer one day. There's Jake again wearing my Hollywood sunglasses. Why is it a trigger for you? I'm curious. Calyx. It's Kallax. You've seen them. They're the bookshelves that I use. The like cubby looking bookshelves. This was Jake putting on a Cub Foods bag. Cub Foods is one of the big chain grocery stores in Minnesota. It's not outside of Minnesota as far as I know. This was when Jess gave her ex-boyfriend a mohawk. And more of a mohawk. And there's Jess. And then there's me and her ex-boyfriend. And then there's the two of them, and apparently yeah. Anyway, then this was a friend that I actually met in Bemidji. I actually met Jess in Bemidji too, but this was a friend I met in Bemidji. She was transferring to St. Cloud after getting an associate's at St. Cloud or Bemidji, and then she was also coming to St. Cloud. You can see my rosacea starting to pop in here. This was when I was first developing rosacea. This is when I dyed my hair super dark. I mean, pocky. I went for like an almost black brown because I was cosplaying as Sango at the time. Instead of wearing a wig, I decided to dye my hair the same color. It was not a good color for my very Norwegian skin. This is me. This is after Corvette moved in with me. And this was, okay, so I got to we had to redo the, my very dated kitchen. We had to redo the wallpaper in the kitchen, and this was one side of my wallpaper, which was not the exciting side. You guys ready to see the exciting side? Are you guys ready? You guys are not going to be able to handle it. I was an old lady long before I even turned 22. How old lady is that wallpaper? I was in love with that wallpaper. In love with that wallpaper. In love. This is long before Miley Cyrus's like edgy side. This was when I thought I was going to graduate in spring of 2009. Oh, past Brit. Look, there's my sister's graduation picture. There's mine right here. But that's my sister's. And that's my Aunt Teresa who passed away when I was 5. Here's me, another selfie of me reading a book. This is Golden Retrievers for Dummies when I decided to get a Golden Retriever. Move out of this apartment and get a Golden Retriever. At some point, I'm going to tell you the 2 stories. There will be a wine story time about the 2 stories about why I decided to move out of the apartment, aside from wanting to get a dog because my boyfriend cheated on me and broke up with me by ghosting me. Hey, Melissa, stop playing The Sims. But there were two other specific stories that no longer made me feel safe in that apartment. I understand the rocking chair now. I was such an old lady in my early 20s. The wallpaper. Oh my god, it was so bad. And I was so in love with that wallpaper. Anyway. But yeah, and so I was reading Golden Retrievers for Dummies because I didn't want any surprises. There were still surprises. This was, oh my god, look how little. I don't even know which twin was which. This one's probably Kinsey. No, you know what? This one's probably Kinsey. This one's probably Eden. Oh my god, they're 15 now. Oh. Anyway, this was me blowing bubbles, and I asked my mom to take a picture of me blowing bubbles because I thought it would look cool, and it did look cool. This was my profile picture for a little while. This was Corvette sitting in the window of the apartment where I'm not supposed to have cats. And I really loved these. This was when my style first started coming in, where I have a very modern / industrial style. And so, which is slowly coming to fruition as soon as I get rid of that stupid thing. That's going away. Well, my mom is taking it. It was just down here when I moved into this unit. My dad just didn't want to move it, so I've been using it. But my mom actually has a use for it now, and she wants to use it for. So I'm gonna get more Calyx bookshelves, and so the background of my videos are gonna change again here sometime in the next couple months. There's a fish tank, and I still have this. But yeah, there's Corvette sitting in the window of the apartment where I'm not allowed to have cats. I was aging in reverse. You telling me that I'm a kid now? I'm so mature now. Anyway, this was... Okay, so here's the actual, like, pictures of the actual apartment. So my mother has an obsession with fake trees and putting Christmas tree lights in them all year round. So I had to live with her Christmas tree fake trees for forever. I think she still has that tree. I don't remember if she still has that tree or not. I have to go up there. Here's my actual kitchen. Look how dated that kitchen is. They've completely redone all these apartments from what I've seen online, because I've actually looked at these online. It looks like they've completely redone all of them. But yeah, that's my kitchen with, oh my god, those have to be from like probably the 70s. The fridge and the stove have got to be from the 70s. I don't even want to know how old those cabinets were. This was the entrance right here. This was the coat closet. My mom's baker rocks, which she's not really into anymore. Her style has really changed since then too. Here's the living room. I really thought we'd come across the picture where everybody thinks that I was drunk when we did it, when we took it, and we might still. Here's my living room. I was not drunk. I was actually very sober, but it was just one of those nights in the apartment where Jess and I just got really weird and goofy while completely sober. Anyway, yeah, I don't even know what happened to these pillows. I don't even know what happened to these pillows. This was not the couch that I tried to melt. This is the bigger couch. It's the smaller couch that I tried to melt. Back I wore Converse, which I hated because they were not good for my back because they had no arch support. Anyway, there's just me, selfie with my 42. There's the master bedroom. So when Jess and I first moved into this apartment, I was in the smaller bedroom and she was in the bigger bedroom because I got the parking space and she did not. That's kind of how we worked it out. So when we first moved in, the person that got the bigger bedroom did not get the designated parking space and had to find a parking space on somewhere in the complex. And then the person that got the smaller room got the parking space. So when the person that moved out on bad terms, I forgot, I'm not going to say her name. When the person that moved out on bad terms moved in, because I was going to be housing her stuff, Jess got the idea that we would switch bedrooms, and ended up using that one, and she moved out anyway. But yeah, so that was the night that people think we were drunk off of our brains. We were not. We were just moving. We were switching rooms, and we weren't like packing and then moving like normal humans. We were literally just grabbing my things, putting them in the living room, and grabbing her things, putting them in the bedroom that she was moving into, and then taking my stuff and then putting that back into the new bedroom that I was going to be in. But yeah, so there's that. Fun fact, this also used to have a bed frame, but I broke it. And not in the fun way. Don't get excited. I did not break it in the fun way. I literally just jumped on it one night and it just fell apart. And I was at my thinnest at that point, so I don't know what would happen if I did that now. Holy moly. This was the armoire I've had since I was a kid. I don't have it anymore. I sold it at a garage sale when I moved down here. But I used, because these were interchangeable. The little red things you see here, they were interchangeable, but I had the red one because I was in love with the Red Ranger, okay? Because us